somewhere beyond the stars. Oh, and I travel the world for you to find out where you
Hello, welcome in everybody. We are back for our second episode of Master Nyarlathotep. Yay! Wow, everyone's so quiet. So super quiet.
Power! Everyone crack open a bang quick.
That's gonna happen.
Ultimate power.
The joke was, yeah, I take energy drinks in the morning because I'm usually a night owl. So power!
Yeah.
Power!
Phoenix, you're a little bit off to the side, but yep. So the intro movie we had is from MrLiveProducer. He pieced it all together, and that's our second version. We're going to have probably more versions coming up. Just a little bit of changes here and there. And the music is from Lorian Ross, our amazing long-time contributor to the channel. He's been with us pretty much since the start of the channel 3 years ago. He's also a music creator. Check him out at Lorian Ross on SoundCloud, as well as other places. I don't know all of them, but I do know SoundCloud Lorian Ross. And yes, we have two versions of that as well. So we have another version of that intro when we come back from our break. But if you have issues with distorted sound and creepiness, that one you might want to mute because it is really, really creepy. So much so my Goblin cannot listen to it and tries to turn off the computer when I try to get him to listen to it, which is really mean, but yeah. So yes, we're back. Last week there was a little bit of a drunken bender, some violence and some bullets flying, and some conspiracies, and a fat vampire.
He's chunky. He's a large-bodied vampire, please.
Well, it's not that actually. That's
Yeah.
the opposite. It's not a large-bodied vampire,
That's
but
true.
a vampire that sucks fat instead of sucking
Wasn't
blood.
he rather lean?
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
Well, we're
Skinny
hoping he's
vampire.
past tense. We'll find out if he's past tense today.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. So, shall we do our introductions? Phoenix?
Hi, I'm Phoenix. I am reprising the role of Alejandro Garcia, or guide and stabby person today. Or last game, it seemed.
Right. How big is Alejandro Garcia?
Alejandro is 5'3", 130 pounds. He
So
has an appearance.
he could be classed as thin and skinny and
Small
Peruvian?
and scrawny.
Oh my god.
a vampire.
The plot thickens.
But I'm
Another
not white.
vampire.
Pretty much.
But he's not white. So that's
But I'm not white.
Damn.
that's kind of
That's
a
one of the rules of the Karsh series.
Yeah.
Damn.
Otherwise, Alejandro is remarkably ugly from a run-in with a jaguar.
Okay. Aeon.
Hi there, I'm Eon, and I'm going to be playing as Sidney Tyson, an archaeologist and, well, apparently sometimes sneak thief, but, you know, if archaeology isn't a crime for stealing for dead people, why do I have to wait for the person to die? So,
There's a moral quandary there, which should be easy to answer. The problem is that for you, it's not. And this is a long-running campaign, so I'm hoping that the lore catches up. As much as I would love to have Sidney with us for as long as possible. Yeah. Okay. So I'll go from this side from the top row. My name is Karsh Goblin. I am playing Sergeant Jack Hunt with a very much deeper voice than I have myself. So he's a Australian soldier who's been caught up in the war, and Nursey here has brought me into this, whatever it is, to well, get me out of maybe something that was happening back home in England.
Let's see. I am Kat, say Caitlin, to the internet crowd. I will be Aveline Baker this afternoon. It is good to see all of you, and I am here to take care of some pressing needs that we have that we shall be working through momentarily. Ensue panic here.
Snoozy.
I'm Snoozy. I'm playing the magnificent Mentirosa. And that really just means liar in Spanish. I'm basically a grifter of old waspy widows in New England. Generally is my game. I pretend to be ambiguously ethnic and pretend to be a medium connected to the spirit world. And that's why I was brought along, because it's sort of somewhat supernatural in nature. And I have a connection with Sidney through grifting.
I don't know. That's between you and your character.
I thought I couldn't.
Yes.
I thought there was like a mention of that, but like
Yes, there is.
I hadn't like done my homework on that. Okay.
No.
From memory, yes, there is a connection with Sydney.
Cool. Yeah, and I'm a big cynic, atheist, in my heart about supernatural matters, because I've spent so long pretending to believe for money that I'll go along with everything.
Okay.
But like I won't believe it's real generally so far.
And welcome in, Evandale. Thank you for coming in for the raid and joining us and sharing your community with us. I don't know why the alerts are not working, but we'll have to deal with that at some other point. We've just started. This is our second episode of Master Nyarlathotep. MrLiveProducer, our keeper.
Yes. Hello,
unmute.
I'm MrLiveProducer. Oh, am I muted? No, I'm not
No.
muted. Good, sweet. I'm MrLiveProducer, your keeper for this descent into Eldritch Horror. And yeah, after last week's episode, it's going to be so much fun playing with you characters. More. Fun for me.
I'm so
And
excited.
is that the most important thing? That is fun for me.
Yeah.
Because I keep saying this, it took me so long to get this into Roll20. So I'm so happy I get to play this finally.
Well, you get to play with us. Great.
Yeah. I get
Oh.
to make it go insane.
The
No.
scene is yours. Thank you.
Well, before we do that, you know what subscriptions do?
Tell.
Hey.
Subscriptions give, well,
How-
if you subscribe, it is 1d6 luck or 1d6
Ooh.
sanity. Is that correct?
That's correct. We get to
Yes,
choose
so-
which one it is. Each of us.
Actually,
Track the other one.
that was a gifted subs to everybody. So I'm going to roll a
No,
d6.
it wasn't. That was a prime
That was a-
subscription.
Prime subscription. We haven't actually. So what does the prime? Who?
It is
gives us
a
for prime?
1d6 for everybody from either sanity or luck. So I'll turn on the dice roller. So you can help out our players and help out our channel by donating every $1 or per 100 bits donation. I'll just turn on the chat area. Helps out our channel. If you direct that to one person, if it's a straight donation, they can roll d6 luck. For a subscription, they get to choose sanity or luck. So if it's a subscription, it's Sanity or Luck. If it's a gifted subscription, they can do Sanity, Luck, or a experience tick, which when we do level up, it's important to have those ticks, especially on skills which are really hard to learn from the start. So that's what they're for.
For the nurse, it's going to be gun.
Thank you so much for joining our society, our community. Very much appreciated. And I'll do my... I don't know which one I'm going to do. I'm probably going to go Sanity, I believe, for my own.
I don't know. There's some of you guys that could so use some luck.
There is. Some of us have got low Sanity. Some of us have got very, very low luck. So
I'm not
don't
pointing
have,
fingers.
Molgars tonight, I'm going to roll a d6 for them.
yeah, I'll just note which one.
Yep.
But then it's on you, and you can
Molgars is Tatiana, right?
Tatiana.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
My drinking buddy.
I'm clearly the winner in all of this because I got
Phoenix,
one.
you're cursed. You're cursed, my man.
I don't know who you made upset, but you might want to apologize to them.
best, maybe.
Thoroughly.
The roll 20 gods. Meh.
Okay, I'm above 50 Sanity. I'm good. So,
Email roll 20. Fix my dice,
Okay.
please. I'm
MLP?
sorry.
Would you like to open our
So
scene?
above 50 sanity.
All right.
What's a good luck to have? What's a good average luck?
99.
Yep. Mhm. Mhm. Yep.
And
Yep.
they always said with
And if you ask,
confidence,
if
makes it
you're
really
asking the same for Sanity, I'm gonna get the same answer. 99.
99. Yeah. Mhm, mhm, mhm.
Okay,
Checks out.
Okay.
good. Okay. Last time on Masks of Nyarlathotep, Sergeant Jack Hunt, Sidney Tyson, Alejandro Garcia, Aveline Baker, Tatiana Petrovna, and the magnificent Mentirosa. Did I get the Nyarlathotep properly? Yep. Met with Augustus Larkin, Luis de Mendoza, and Jesse Hughes at the Bar Corando. Together, the crew discussed archaeological expedition to a lost pyramid, of which the locations are unknown to Larkin. Larkin promises wealth and fame beyond the group's wildest dreams if they accompany them to the pyramid. After a fruitful meeting and friendships made, over lots and lots of vodka, Larkin and Mendoza excused themselves, with Aveline Baker noticing that Larkin is suffering from symptoms of opiate withdrawal. Jesse Hughes introduced himself to the group as Jackson Elias as they discussed if they trust Larkin and the local legends of the Carter City. Vampires who don't drink blood, but drink in fat, and Jackson's theory that's just another cult. After drinking yet more vodka, and leaving with the makings of Molotov cocktails, lots of vodka, they decided to visit Professor Sanchez due to fears for his safety. After talking to Professor Sanchez at his home, they find out that Professor has already tried to join the expedition, but Larkin has been curiously hesitant of letting the Professor join. It's a long recap, but there was a lot made last episode. He currently has a student, Trinidad Rizzo, translating a document that they found in the museum. During this conversation, they spot de Mendoza listening to the conversation outside, and after trying to talk to de Mendoza with a shotgun and vodka, the group attacks and sees a terrifying sight, what can only be described as a horrifying visage as de Mendoza transforms himself into a Cardassieri and proceeds to fight the crew as Sanchez locks himself in his room to protect himself. After de Mendoza has been killed, Sanchez comes out with a curiously white crust around his mouth, his bedroom window open, and says to the group, "Kiss me." And that's where we take our scene. And before I forget, I actually need to do this for Sanchez. So give me
Kiss
one
me,
moment.
and it felt like a hit. Ah.
I kissed
Okay.
an eldritch horror, and I liked it. The taste of their cherry chapstick. I'm just saying. Universal constants.
I might do it again.
Hmm?
And after
Different.
saying he kissed me, he passes out.
Nice. That's good for him.
It's probably good for him to know what you're going to do.
Oh, 100%. As he passes out, I roll him on his side to where, he's laying sideways. I look around. Whoever's closest to me, I'm going to start shouting orders at. I'm going to be going, I need the strongest cup of tea that we can make. I need some milk of magnesium, probably in a bathroom or somewhere. And someone needs to burn some toast for me or get some charcoal. Quick. In fact, Jack, and I'll just start shouting, I don't trust these people. Make a cup of tea. Strong.
I'll burn the toast.
Well,
Go.
I'm great at that.
okay, well, So, Mentirosa, you go into the kitchen.
Turn the oven on.
Oh.
Just-
And we'll move you over to the battle map. Yes, we have a battle map. Such as first. There we go. You don't need to do that. It's just for that one. Because what is everyone else doing? So you hear Aveline Baker yelling for stuff to be done. Also, Aveline, can I get a medicine check on you, please?
Oh man, you sure can. That's why I'm gonna start feeling some pulse points, like palpating the stomach, looking for lumps, checking the mouth. Let me go and get my skills, and I'm gonna make a medicine.
Alejandro is out there with the body.
Oh, hard
Oh, Sidney.
success.
Oh.
I'm so medicine as a nurse should be.
Okay, so as you're doing your initial examinations, how are you doing it? Are you running your hand around it? You checking the throat?
Yeah, I'm basically doing a quick physical exam while I assume people are helping me out. Where I'm like counting, like checking for pulse. I'm palpating like the lymphs. I'm gonna like crack open the shirt and see if there's anything going on in the GI.
Okay, if you move your hands along the abdomen,
Yeah.
you swear it moves.
Okay. And I go, hurry! And as this dude's turned over, I am going to make him vom. You're gonna see one of the gloves come off of a hand from the nurse and just like fingers in, like I'll make you yarf. You're yarfing today.
Okay, and
Can I roll for vomit, or is that a
I
free
was going to say,
action?
what would that be? Would that be would that be actually wanting him to fail a con check?
Well, I think that would be more like a first aid roll, wouldn't it be?
Yeah,
if
it
you're
would
trying
be.
to like do an action to
If you-
induce vomiting.
Yeah, okay, we can do first aid.
Yeah, no, okay, yep. Yep. So do a first aid check for me, please.
A hard
Oh,
success.
I wasn't expecting
Vomit.
Roll to vom. All right. As you
Are there
stick
any
your
skill checks
fingers,
for burning toast?
you pretty much intentionally, or unintentionally. How would that be?
Intentionally burning toast.
I would assume you don't need a skill check to put bread on a pan and let it start burning.
I want it to be a briquette.
All right, so this toast is a brick. Here you
Love
go.
it. I could love that. I go, where's the tea? Where's the milk of magnesium? I'm sorry, did I stutter? Go and grab them.
Sidney's gonna look at Alejandro and be like, "Are you basically checking if he's gonna start cutting up the body, or if she should be doing that?"
I'm busy stabbing anything that wiggles.
Okay, fair enough.
We're all
Probably leave you to
stabbed.
do that then. And
Stop doing my wiggle.
Sidney
things.
will go and check in the bathroom and see if there's what do you call it?
Milk and magnesium.
The milk magnesium, yeah.
All right. Give a few seconds and you'll find some in the kitchen. You say in the bathroom, didn't you? Yep. So you find some else magnesium. The is Jack Hunt doing the tea or who's doing the tea? I can't hear you,
I
Karsh.
can't hear you.
Karsh, I think you're muted.
That was me. Can't trust the Americans do the tea, so yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Absolutely me.
I don't trust anyone but another person under the Queen's service to make a tea.
Okay, so Sidney is in.
I don't know what you need it for, but coffee, Irish coffee, would probably be better for whatever
I just moved the character
purpose.
Sidney
Yeah.
into the bathroom. So the only person left outside is Alejandro and the remains of De Mendoza. Okay.
That are currently being stabbed quite a bit, it sounds like.
Yes.
You just keep at it.
You just do that.
It's like, yeah, stab, stab, stab. Okay, and all this is going on as Aveline Baker rams her fingers down the throat, wriggles around, and then induces a vomit. A large-ish maggot comes out.
I stab it. I have the scalpel, but in my other hand, from earlier when I was losing my shenanigans. If something comes out of this man, I'm stabbing it. I just stab it to the floor.
And it's not the exact photo, but this is a giant, large-ish. Well, it looks like a larvae or a maggot comes out of the mouth and just wriggles and squirms and a little bit of vomit. Remains of last night's dinner. Surprisingly enough, corn.
It's always corn.
Always corn.
Always corn.
Corn and maggots. That's right. We've all been there.
That's the American meal right there. Corn and maggots.
Can you roll me a attack roll, please?
I can sure try to stab this bad boy.
Because you induced it, I'll give you a bonus dice to attack.
Okay, so with the bonus dice, I got 61.
Luck.
I
And a lot of
could.
luck.
I was wondering if I
For
could...
this 11 luck is worth it to stab it. It's disgusting. I'm willing to dunk down that much.
Okay. What was that you gonna say, Snoozy?
I've got a big mason jar I found in the kitchen, and I was gonna try and scoop it up with some sleight of hand.
Okay, we'll go with the damage from the first roll then. It's just holding on, wriggling and squirming and trying to reach for you, as in trying to go down your throat.
Mine?
Yes, you're the one that's trying to stab it.
I didn't go up to it like face to face and be like, "It's good to meet you, sir."
It's like you're trying to stab it, and it's going towards the attacker. So could I get you to roll me? I'll get an opposed dex check, please.
Yeah. So I just roll dexterity.
Yeah, we both roll dex and highest wins.
I succeeded.
Lowest wins.
Ooh.
Instead
I
of
did
Karsh, the
better?
lava. Now when it comes to dex checks, is it defender or attacker? I can never remember this.
It gets a little bit messy for that. It's really GM discretion at that point.
I like the old the one that lost by the lowest. So the one that passed by the most.
Yeah, we'll go over that one for the moment then. So as this lava streaks for your mouth, trying to put itself in somewhere nice and warm, Snoozy can run in now with the mason jar and tries to capture, and runs up behind where the larvae is, and as it jumps, it's caught and is trapped into jar.
Does that count as a sleight of hand? Can I roll that?
I was actually going to give it to you because of the dex check. I was going to be nice for a change.
So I roll a good sleight of hand.
Be very afraid.
And everyone around the area, so that would be Aveline. Where's Sydney at the moment? Is Sydney still looking for the milk? Or
I think Sidney's still in the bathroom, looking for that.
Okay, and Mentirosa is in the room now, so I'm just going to move your character. So everyone else is there. Everyone who's around, so it'll be Mentirosa, Aveline Baker, and Jackson Elias. Can roll a sanity check for me, please.
Oh, yay.
Come on, you've just seen a big giant lava come out of somebody and try to attack you.
It's true.
It's not something you normally get.
Oh, I succeeded.
And I will roll for Tatiana Petrovna. Okay, if you succeed, you get just check this. So that I'm just gonna roll for Tatiana now. So that is a sanity check.
Probably just a big meal that looked like a maggot, you know.
Oh, everyone's sanity is fine. So you lose 1 sanity then, please.
Okay.
So it'll be 6. Oh, sorry. I need to edit that. So it'll be 60.
Everybody does?
No, everyone who passed just loses 1 sanity.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
That's just. Oh, it's awful. It's fine. Yeah, can I have the items, please?
What's going on out there? Is everything all right? Hearing a lot of not very good sounds, and comes out holding the magnesium.
Oh, thank God. And I just you see me like start crushing up like toast and like pouring in some of the thing, and I go, "Where's that cup of tea, Jack?"
This kettle's taking ages to boil. Just give me a moment.
Oh, take your time. It's just a man's life.
What would you like him to do to make it boil faster?
I don't
Do you want me to
know.
shoot the kettle? It doesn't help.
Yeah, shoot. Yeah, don't do it. It's fine. Just.
My other option is to add gunpowder to it, but again, doesn't help.
I look over and
We
I
have
go,
so many helpful suggestions, don't we?
At the sound
Yeah.
of that, Tatiana says, "No, we're not making gunsmith tea. We're making actual tea. We don't need the patient to drink the gunpowder. Imagine what happens if he jumps up and down."
"Oh, nothing good, I suppose. Can I borrow some of that alcohol you guys had real quick?"
Just passes the vodka, one of the unopened
Yeah.
bottles.
I just start washing my hands with it.
Yep.
And I go, "Dear
What?
God, it's so nasty."
The GM will make a note of that.
You use some of the alcohol. I smell like booze now. No, very much the only one of the few sober people in the party, but just smells like a bar. I go, "Dear God,
You might want to
thank
wash
you,
your hands
Rosa."
before we leave, dear. Dear, I don't think that's going to be the most sanitary.
No, but it'll do for a second. I don't know if I need to make him vomit again. I assume it's some type of. I mean, clearly he had a bug, but we're making him an antidote real quick in case it's poison as well.
Well, the thing is still alive, and we have it in the jar. We can find someone. What?
I haven't seen it yet. Well, how do I miss that?
It's
And
some sort
by
of
seeing
tapeworm or
that,
something.
Sydney, could you roll a sanity check for me, please?
It's just a large
Sure.
tapeworm.
You
Yeah,
lose 2 sanity.
It must be. It looks like an aggressive form of parasite, but I mean, I'm not.
Wait.
Things. Not my specialty.
Oh, that was in him?
Yes, now it's out of him. Thank God.
Was his chest moving?
His diaphragm was moving in an odd fashion that I couldn't quite tell if it was maybe due to the bug or due to.
Sydney's now running back to go check on Alejandro because she remembers seeing that the vampire's chest was moving after we thought he was dead.
Oh no! Dun 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 dun!
There's another one of these bugs.
Has he been stabbed enough?
We're gonna
Questions
find
I
out.
ask myself every day.
So yeah, Sydney runs back out and she's gonna run
And-
to
Point
jump
of
out the
order,
window.
just before you run out, you see the lava trying to escape the mason jar, hits the mason jar, and then just falls still, static.
Killed itself.
It killed itself trying to get out.
Yeah.
Only way I can justify 99 against 10.
Mhm.
And I just realized that being part of GM in this, I get to see those roles too. I just have to be quiet.
It's
Yep.
alright.
But yeah, so while you're preparing to give the guy an antitoxin, Sydney's running back out to see Alejandro.
Alejandro's plan has not changed since the beginning. if it moves, he's stabbing it because he saw the teeth.
Mm-hmm.
So he's just.
Is
and I'm
the
using
chest still
cookies
moving?
to-
Roll spot hidden.
Why are we having me roll things? We all know my luck.
Because you asked the questions. If you
Oh!
ask the
Extreme!
you see the finger move.
Stab the finger.
Stab the finger. I'm just really quickly double checking. Which am I better with? If I see the finger move, I'm going to say Alejandro, and I'm going to have the gun out, and I'm like, this would be really noisy, and I think it might be easier if you stab it in the throat right now.
I have, but all right.
Go until the head is no longer attached, please. The fingers just moved.
Okay.
Look, I'm dismembering this thing until I know how to kill it. Because at the very least, I'm assuming it's not going to telekinetically reassemble itself in an instant.
Bold assumptions. The GM will note this.
This is just a deceased psychotic man.
You're not out there at the moment.
You don't know what's going on here.
I-
So do you cut the head off, Alejandro?
Yes. Now that it's still moving, yes.
Okay, and
Is it still moving after he cuts the head off?
with extreme success, I would say no, it's no longer moving.
Good. Sidney is going to put on a glove, pick up the head, and like carry it over like here and drop it on the ground. And
Throw it in
then
the oven. Throw it in the oven. Throw it in the oven.
I was just going to bury it, but I like your idea better.
Oven.
And Sidney's going to go into the kitchen,
We're
carrying
so
the head
gruesome.
and head to the
Don't
stove.
put a head in the
Oh,
oven.
sorry, this is a
someone's
kitchen.
home.
Did you want tea?
I understand. Just don't mind me. Shoves the head just like literally in the oven and lights a match and turns it up as high as the oven will go. It was still moving.
You
The
have
body was
some
still moving.
strange taste in cooking.
The body was still moving, so we cut the head off.
You can burn a head just as easily in a pit, in the dirt.
Have you
not
been
with-
reading that Bram Stoker nonsense?
You want to go out? Did you not see the teeth?
I'm here with a vital duty of cooking tea. Would you like
Cool.
some? Yes, tea.
Potentially afterwards, yes. Anyway, I need to go continue dismembering a body. If the other guy wakes up, can you check if he has a shovel or anything like that? All I have is a little spade.
The police will be here soon.
Well, I hope not, but there's always plan B.
Which is what?
Run.
Yeah, all I have to do is be faster than you, so... I'll be aiming for your legs.
Is
I
there a
found
good
some
place-
cookies. Do you want cookies?
I'd like a cookie.
No, but I'll take that cup of tea now if you don't mind.
Bring up with the serving tray of tea.
Okay.
Oh, full service. Why, thank you. Jesus, give me. This takes a tea.
Cookies.
At
Bread.
at this point, Sanchez wakes up and goes, "What happened? What happened?"
I think
Tea?
you were poisoned, dear sir. I'm making you an antidote real quick. I'm like crumbling the stuff in, putting a little magnesia. Like the tannins will help the absorption. The charcoal, hopefully from this briquette of toast, will clear up anything else. And the magnesia, which is pray to God nothing else is still stuck in you, but it's gonna taste foul. And you're gonna need to drink it, and you probably, I'm not gonna lie to you, are gonna take a rad poop after this. That magnesium is gonna go right through you.
She's not lying.
We're
Are
flushing
you
your
guys in the
system.
kitchen now doing this?
They're in the dining room, so yes.
For dinner. Sidney would just basically call through the window, like, "You have a lovely bedside manner, dear. Here, I can see that all the patients must feel very reassured."
They're reassured because they're alive. Drink the tea, dear. You're gonna want it.
The ones that are not reassured.
Can I get a listen check, please?
Sure.
Everyone in the kitchen can get a listen check.
Oh, I'm
Oh,
not in the
okay.
kitchen.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
wait, nope.
everyone,
We're dining room.
everyone
Is it
in the dining
medicine
room
or
can get
Oh,
a listen
okay.
check.
So Alejandro and I are just fine.
I'm over here, like, trying. I'm about to start force feeding this tea if this man don't drink it. I will
Sanchez
get
Where's
the
his
file.
wife and kid?
Was that?
Where's his wife and kid? Just realized I never checked that.
I literally have the worst medicine.
Oh, buddy.
What was it? It was listen, not medicine.
Yes,
What's
listen
your
to the
listen
kid.
score?
Oh.
The nurse is incurably nosy, can hear very well for patients trying to sneak out of her care.
Yeah, you hear a small tinkle of broken glass coming from the direction of the kitchen.
What's that? Jack, was there someone with you in the kitchen? I hear
Oh,
glass.
turn around. Is the oven
No.
broken?
The window
What?
has been broken, and the oven's been opened.
I think your
Good.
head's made a caper for it.
This is going to be a really horrible question, Professor Sanchez. Do you have a shovel?
Also, Alejandro, could I get you to roll me a opposed strength check, please?
Oh, that's not good. That's
Now,
not good.
no, you are fighting ahead, so I feel like weight for weight, even though you're really small, you should still be able to outclass them.
I'm not
You're
worried
larger
about
than
the.
I
I'm worried about
had.
the other vampire that kissed the professor that we don't know where it is.
Yeah, no one actually looked outside the window of the bedroom door.
Yep.
Oh.
Hi, Phil.
I'm sorry.
I
Did you
failed.
say... You failed, okay. And I'm just trying to find De Mendoza. If you've... So I'm just trying to find De Mendoza's character sheet. Send me character sheets.
Shift. Click on the token.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And as you occasionally stabbing the corpse of De Mendoza, you see it rise up. Actually, I should do it with penalty dice because it's a headless corpse.
It doesn't matter. I've seen what it can do.
The 86, it gets up, picks you up, Alejandro. You swear if there was a head there, it'll be looking at you and throws you against the wall. So he'll throw you to about here and you'll take 1d6 damage. So let's do that. 1d6.
Sidney is shooting.
Hijo de puta.
This de Mendoza has the most amazing constitution I have ever seen.
His strength is marvelous.
Especially for a headless man.
I mean, I know of many chickens who continue to live with their heads cut off, but I've never seen it in a human.
Let me tell you, it can happen. You can continue to twitch, but I've yet to see a body throw a full-grown man.
You all hear
Can
like,
I-
oh, hijo
Can I shoot
de
him right
puta.
now, or do I need to wait?
You had raid action. You can get one shot before he runs off.
You got one shot, one opportunity.
But he's within 15 feet of me, right?
Spaghetti.
Don't throw away your
Yeah.
shot.
Yes,
Okay,
he
so if
is.
he's within 15 feet of me, then I get a bonus die. Let's see.
Of course not. Oh, yeah.
Ah, damn it. How
And
much
do
luck is
that.
that?
You can just.
How much luck is
see,
that?
Wait, where's the head?
16.
That's 16 luck. Screw it. I'm gonna spend 16 luck so I hit him.
The head
And
was
do
in
9
the
points of
oven,
damage.
which has just been opened and taken out the back window of the kitchen.
But not by the torso.
The
The
torso
torso-
just threw him against the wall and ran away.
Right. The
Start running
torso
away.
isn't.
Is the
The one
torso
that-
still running after I did 9 damage to it?
How long would you say? He regenerates 1 hit point per combat round. So I'd say he'll be back
He's
up
been
to full.
stabbed repeatedly, though.
Yes.
Like
Can
that
I run
entire
after him
time.
and just
And
try and tackle him?
Beheaded.
He was.
He was recently beheaded. That's gotta cause some damage.
You were also
Like-
stabbing him every other part of his body for like 10
However
minutes.
long you guys have been there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So yeah,
like,
no, I would assume that every now and again it says that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, now assume that he again falls down.
I'm taking
this-
a leg this time.
there's a reason we're dismembering.
Okay.
Professor, the
can
corpse refuses to stop moving. Do you have a shovel?
okay, can I get everyone to roll a luck check for me, please?
Oh boy.
Ooh, Jack!
That's a hard success. Have you heard?
I got a regular success.
Ooh.
Alejandro, have you rolled your luck yet?
Yep. 79 versus 80. I made
Interesting,
it.
See it.
Yeah, we're not
Good.
seeing your rolls at all.
Nope.
Not even the
Ah.
GM layer.
Yeah.
Fun. Let me refresh my.
There it goes.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey.
And because I can, I'm gonna roll for Tatiana.
Come on, Tatiana. Tatiana. Tatiana.
Can we spend luck on this roll?
Yeah, can I look my roll?
Not 7
God damn it, Tatiana.
Can we spend sanity on the roll?
Oh,
You make it still by 1. Professor Sanchez, having noticed what's been going on, they might be targeting Rizzo. Quick, go rescue her.
Can you
Yeah.
deal with this body first? And then absolutely, where does she live?
well, I mean, there must have. Who attacked you? Was there a second?
There was 3.
Oh God. Well, if you could just keep stabbing this man, we can we can
So
go
right
and check
now-
on her.
As soon as he says that, basically Sidney is reloading her gun. And
Taxi?
that might be an
Okay.
I
idea.
don't know why.
Um,
If we're trying to dismember this body, I don't know why we're loading guns and stabbing with stabby knives. I can.
He
just
stabbed me
go
with a
to the
sword.
kitchen. They have cleavers.
I mean, if you want to cleave,
Sidney goes and grabs a
quick,
cleaver.
like,
Um,
Basically goes to the kitchen to grab a cleaver.
cleave, but we've got to go if there's someone else in trouble.
Yep.
Grab a cutting board as well to place under the body. We don't want to.
we've got to go. We have
Yeah,
to go.
Let the professor handle it. Professor, you're about to dismember a
Here you go.
body. Good luck to you. We've gone to go save your assistant.
It's a learning experience.
Actually, just the one thing I want to check really quickly. Actually, I've got a much quicker solution to this problem. We'll want to close the window in a moment. Pull out one of the 4, like, I had 4 bottles of vodka, so I pull out another one, douse the whole body in the vodka, and then light it on fire with it.
That will do it.
He's
No, the
outside.
body's
It's fine.
outside. The body's
But
outside.
the
It's
burn, not for very long. Just until the vodka burns off.
Yeah,
It takes a lot to get a human body going.
it really does.
Once they get
I know
going,
it-
they're like a candle, but it takes a little while to get there.
Now that
The
being
flamethrowers are just, that was a whole...
yeah. You see a faraway look into both of our eyes, like.
If you got some diesel though, that will... Anyway, we have to go. You deal with that.
Yeah,
We've got
but
to
you
go.
guys go. I'll catch up.
Alejandro is not going with you. He is going to dismember the corpse.
Oh, should I wait until you were done doing that before I lit it on fire?
It'll go out. I am still
Okay.
I'm making sure I take at least the legs off.
So it doesn't run away.
Yep.
Okay.
Was there something
So-
about... Did anyone deal with the witchetty grub that I don't know about?
The witchy grub was killed itself in
Killed
the
itself.
jar.
Okay, cool.
Mr. Rosa, continue to hold on to that jar, but we've got to vamonos, as your people say.
Yeah, I'm gonna put that jar with the dead larva in my shoulder bag.
Oh, I thought you were about to say in my shoulder, and I was like, oh, vulture.
Right.
Sydney, if you're basically going to, if Alejandro's going to be ready to dismember the corpse, she doesn't have much in the way of digging tools with her, but she does have the little spade, so she's going to just start digging a bit of a hole. And
People
say,
with-
So
I'm
is
just gonna make
Sydney,
it easier.
Sydney and Alejandro are going to be staying with the body, and
Mhm.
Mentirosa,
I think everybody else is.
Petrovna, everyone else is going to run towards the boarding house
Yes.
where Sanchez has told everybody
Yes.
to go and protect protect her.
Yeah. Professor, could you stay by the window of your kitchen just so that, or your dining room, just so that we, in case there's a problem, you can yell? We don't want a repeat of last time.
Okay. All right. Now we don't have one for the next section, so we're just going to go back to the player starting page, and it's all done in the theatre of the mind.
Ooh. Got to put my gloves
Yes.
back on. I will say
So-
before Aveline leaves, she definitely did wash her hands and re-glove
Yeah.
back up.
It's been a day.
It's been. God, I wish I got some of that tea. To be honest, as I'm like booking it.
I can just imagine Aveline running, and then every 5 minutes,
Yeah, just a little. Oh, for the nerves. Think of the queen. Just keeps running.
I am now
Okay.
glad that I brought so much vodka.
yes, yes you are.
However, it is with me currently and not with the group, so good luck.
One bottle of vodka still with Tatiana.
Yep.
Okay. After about
believe I have some gin and whiskey on me.
After running for about 5-10 minutes through the streets of Lima, you eventually make your way to a boarding house. Could I get everyone there to roll me a spot hidden or a listen check, please?
Of course.
So it'll be Cat, Snoozy, and Karsh, please.
Spot hidden or listen. Which one's better for me? My listen's pretty dang good because I'm nosy.
The spot hidden's better.
My spot hidden's only I'll listen.
Okay. Mr. Hunt, you spot a shadow in the background. It's like trying to climb into one of the ground floor windows. And Aveline Baker, you hear a scream. Male or female, you don't know which yet.
Okay.
Coming from the area of the window.
Oh god, I think they're trying to get her quick. It's this one.
Are you muted again, Karsh?
No, I'm just pointing that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll
so-
point in probably in the same direction. Like, yeah, just go.
Okay. So you run towards the open window, and well, what do you do?
I go in.
So you're climbing into an open window at night, where you've just heard a scream.
Yeah. Like, we're here to help.
So as
But,
you
do you want a lantern? Do you want to hold it up?
Yeah.
as you hold the lantern up to see inside the room, you would see this wayfish woman wielding. It looks like a giant piece or that piece about yay long of what looks like gold inlay, as in it's been reefed from a bigger version. And as you look at the golden inlay, it's got intricate symbols, etchings, and you see this person hit the other person who is in front of you now. And as the golden inlay hits the person, you swear you hear a sizzle noise.
Oh no.
So as the golden inlay piece hits the person, you hear the sizzle noise, and as it comes away from the person, you see this. Not like the other person just got hit with it. It's like branded with that inlay pattern. Could I get you to roll
God.
me? Who's at the window at the moment?
Mm.
Okay, so Kat, Snoozy, you there as well because you gave them.
Yeah, I
everyone-
guess I brought the lantern over.
Okay, and Jack Hunt. Yep. All right, could I get you to all roll me a strength check, please?
Oh God.
Strength.
Yes, please.
Oh, I did it. Oh, I got the hysterical strength.
I mean,
Oh,
55 is like 50's average strength. You're not that weak.
Well, but I got an extreme success, so I vault. Not today. I'm powered by tea and psychosis. I just like launch myself in.
And hard success, extreme success. Damn you. Again, it's a white, gaunt man is trying to escape. But with your strength there, Aveline Baker lands on the old man and pins him down to the ground.
It's not the first time I've had to take down a patient. Just like
He's an old man?
Well,
He's
if
an
you
old
looked
gaunt
at
man?
if you looked at Dan Mendoza, how he looked like he was out of time, as in a man out of time, you
Anachronism.
assume, you would assume that if you didn't know better, you swear it was Dan Mendoza again, but the cut of the hair is different. The goatee has been a little bit less groomed. Not used to actually talking to people. Not usually to be seen. And you just hear this rabid growling. And again, as this person transforms, the face extends. And while that's happening,
Draw a bayonet.
Some people call me a big mouth. Wow.
Trinidad Rizzo is going to roll a sanity check. Who succeeds? So they lose
50.
1d.
50 million sanity.
1 billion.
So 1d6 divided by 2. So it'll be a 5, so they lose 2.
Oh,
Oh, sorry.
double success on the sanity.
And now you have a chance to see it. You see, sorry, it's like all the time you spend planning the session, and then the characters, you go, you know what?
Let's do
Out the
something
window.
wrong.
There we go.
I'd like to make things fun and interesting for you.
Yes, yes, you do.
Besides, this would be so much more boring if you stuck to the script, wouldn't it?
There's a
Sure.
script.
You just gotta
Yeah.
watch it. You gotta watch a nurse do a German suplex on a very, very old man. Like that's 12 out of 10 comedy right there.
And you see this what would normally be a very happy, smiling person give a small shriek of terror at this, and then looks back to the notes on the table and the golden inlay, golden rebar that the that Trinidad's been wielding as a weapon, and then just doesn't shut down, but just says, "Oh, well, it looks like this is no longer just a ravings of a fanatical madman. Hello, I'm Trinidad. How are you?"
Unless you can help wrestle him down, Trinidad, get out of here and go to the professor's house.
Again, Trinidad. Now, what do you have to roll for an idea check? Intelligence or education?
Idea.
What is an idea?
Intelligence.
This one.
Yeah.
Yeah, ideas intelligence check.
Looks at the golden bar, looks at the person, and then drives home the golden rebarb into the man's head.
Yeah. That's the way. Hit him with the gold thing.
I was gonna suggest that.
And that would be I would say that would be a brawl.
Oh,
Bro.
Brawl with advantage, I think, for that one. Yeah, no.
spend that luck.
Ooh.
Yes,
Can we all spend our luck?
No.
we chip in.
And as she grabs the golden rebarb, tries to go for the head, and then the head just looks at him, snaps fiercely, and that brings her off kilter, and then she misses the head.
Jack,
I would
help
say,
her.
You deal with this. I'll go in and help her. And if I
um,
have to grab that rebar off, I will.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I would say because Trinidad committed so much strength to that, it won't be in the post-strength check. You can just grab it, and then you can have the piece of golden rebarb. I'm just saying golden rebarb because I can't actually remember what it was originally called, so I have to go all the way down to my artifacts.
My golden crowbar. Just like how they had in the olden times.
Like a,
Is it a scepter or a rod?
something.
Oh, it's a single length of worked gold, about 2 feet, 60 centimeters in length, 3 inches wide, and 1/3 of an inch deep. I'll show this to players now. There we go.
I just take it and I just smack him all across the head with it.
Okay, do another strength check, please.
That looks cool though. I like that.
A strength check. I was going to do a combat, but okay.
Okay, no, do combat then.
So it's from a larger design.
Golden Rod of Hurts. I like this.
That's good. I like that.
this. And with that,
You can deal the damage. 'Cause I don't know how much it does. Although if you roll, I get to see it.
it's technically not officially a weapon.
But
So
if
you
it
can
hurts it,
classify it as a bludgeoning club, is how I'm playing it at the moment.
then you do the damage and add d6 to it.
Pretty much what I'm going to do.
Because that's my damage.
Roll 2d6. 7 damage on running Karsh series number 4.
I gotta say, Miss Trinidad Rizzo is very cute. I'm real bummed. Real bummed that she was about to get killed. So I'm glad we saved her.
You still
And
may
that
be.
Oh, it's
is
true.
enough,
It's true. You can't write it off yet.
and that is enough to kill that one.
Nice.
So the Karasiri, you can see that it's killed.
Now, get some tea ready. If you can make it, we'll deal with the other one.
It has been killed, or it has killed before?
It has been killed. Well,
Okay.
the body's limp. We don't know about the
but-
killed part.
Yeah, we know that they're hard to kill. Can I mean, I don't know if it's like a medicine, or is it like a spot hidden to see if it's still like moving, or if it's still technically like alive and able to.
Actually, roll me a luck check, please.
I'm feeling lucky.
And now, okay, that dictates something. Roll me a medicine check, please.
Okay.
Of medicine or first aid.
Ooh, dealer's choice. We'll go medicine because I got one more point in it than the other one. Hard success.
Again, knowing what you know now about what happened to Professor Sanchez,
Mm-hmm.
you run your hands across the person's stomach, and
Mm-hmm.
where you felt a bulge or a gelatinous maggot, you
Yep.
feel nothing.
I think this one's dead.
With those rolls, you would assume that this was the one who attacked Sanchez earlier.
Oh. I think it's dead because it gave away its maggot. Like maybe it only, you just like hear me start like muttering like biology stuff, like maybe if the parasite was only living as a part one, it'd have time to regenerate. If it, like, you just hear that in the corner.
No time for that.
Okay.
He's
So-
dead though. I'll give him that.
I want to ask Trinidad, where did you get this gold piece?
Oh, we had it in our collection down in the museum. You know the expedition to find this lost pyramid around the area?
Yeah, in Egypt.
Yes, in Egypt. Well, apparently the one of the early conquistadors in the area actually came to find a lost pyramid filled with gold, and then came back, raving man, talking about. It's easiest to read it yourself, and passes you.
Oh, I guarantee it's not.
Recitation easy for the DM, our keeper.
Golden ward, the ward of the pyramid.
I will say, I think it would be best if we got you back to the professor's house.
Uh-huh.
He was also accosted by,
Uh-huh.
and I just kind of point at the now dead body in the home, by a creature very similar to this. I think maybe getting you two together, at least in one place, is safer.
It's much better to only have one crime scene instead of two.
What Jack said.
That being said,
Absolutely.
what are we going to do about the body? We're going to call the police?
I
Or
think
just going to leave
we.
it here and incriminate myself, because I don't think the police are actually going to believe that a Karasiri has tried to attack me in my house.
I think we dump his body in a dumpster somewhere close by as a terrible, terrible accident.
Well, you're the crazy people who raided my bedroom to
I
to be fair, thankfully try to protect me from this thing. But yes, we need to get rid of the body, and let's get to Professor Mr. Sanchez's house.
we can always knock
House.
next time. Would you like us to knock?
In the circumstances, this is probably a better idea. Thank you, though. Shall we go?
Yeah.
After you.
Have you got any notes or any more of these golden things? They're really nice.
Oh yeah, should we'll bring whatever notes you need, because I feel like
Rizzo picks up the golden let's say the golden ward from Jack Hunt. We'll give it right back. This is actually very relevant to what these are, and holds up a sheaf of paper with like this very old documents, and then on top of it is a very nicely, clearly written summary of what would be in these notes, just to make it easy for people to read.
It is very heavy. I think I should hold it for you.
So what is your name?
Jack.
5 pounds?
Jack.
Yeah.
What you have in your hand is a priceless proving artifact. I regret that I used it as a weapon, but please, would you give it back to me?
Gold. Okay.
Thank you.
Well, we might be able to find more golden things for you to bludgeon people with later, Jack.
And
Promise.
after all, Jack, you'll be carrying the body, because we are weak women, and you're such a big, strong man.
Oh,
It's so
don't
true.
do that. No.
It's
no,
so
no.
true. Look
No.
at my weak arms, Jack. I'm I'm shaking.
The amount of
Dainty.
the amount of arm wrestles I've seen you run against the men in the infirmary, even the ones that didn't have
They
the
were-
hurt arms.
They were ill, Jack. You are so good with moving bodies. Please.
So true.
Look at us fair folk. We can't do it.
What happened to women's rights? Back where I'm from, women even vote. So what are you doing here, like saying, "Oh, it's so weak and frail"? Come on.
Oh, it's my
Let's
my
take
right.
a vote on who should move the body.
Oh, I
A
like
vote.
this idea. Let's
I'll use
exercise women's
Wait,
rights.
where are you from?
Yeah.
to vote for Jack
Or
to move the body.
Tatiana
All
just
in favor?
raises her hand and goes,
Yeah.
I'd vote for the big, strong Australian to carry it.
I also vote for the Australian to carry it.
Rizzo just looks at everyone and goes, why do I bother? You'll pick it up, put it in the garbage bin. We call the police, and let's get to Professor Sanchez. Is he okay?
He's doing better. Apparently, they tried to attack him and feed him a worm. I don't know.
He got to first base. Or was it second? I don't know how Americans work things. I don't know.
It's true. Yeah, it seems a bit strange. Maybe he can explain it a bit better.
I think he sucked face with one of those. Anyway, let's go. Have you got some tea?
Wait, Frenching is second base, isn't it?
I don't know.
And if
Oh
something
dear.
exits a mouth into another
and this is a
mouth.
conversation that happens as you just start walking back to Sanchez's place, and as you round the door.
It's just got
what-
cricket.
Do you still have the body with you, or do you dump it in a bin as you go, as in a garbage bin as you go through?
I don't know how far we're going, and I don't want to be carrying
It's
a dead
about
body
10
over.
minutes run.
Yeah,
But you're not running.
I would choose maybe a body, a large dumpster, maybe a block from here, in a shady, remote area. Make it look like, oh no, he was hit and run, or stabbed or something. I don't know.
Has he been stabbed?
We could stab him, I guess. I don't.
You're the nurse.
I feel like that's beyond the point.
I do love how the only one who probably knows how to dispose of a body and fool the police is not with this group right now.
I know, I love it.
Dump him in a bush or something.
Right, I
way.
fix them. I don't necessarily hide my remains afterwards. They just go to the coroner's office.
What you have to do is disfigure the face. If they don't have a face and there's no tattoos or distinguishing birthmarks, they really won't be able to identify the body.
Mentirosa, I'm not cutting off his face.
I didn't say
Maybe-
cut it off. I said disfigure it. You can bash it in.
So
That's the same
casual.
level of no.
This is a great question because I know I'm not here. I know I'm not here.
I'm also,
either.
before you even ask, I'm not burning his face off either.
I wasn't saying burning it off. I was asking how damaged was the body from you using the gold bar that seemed to be burning it when it touched the body.
Oh, it would be like marks and lacerations which weren't healing.
So let's gently roll the golden bar back and forth on his tongue until it gets all burned and scarred up.
I am horrified at the suggestion, but it would work.
What have the dark spirits been telling you when you contact them? Is this your normal conversation when you speak to the spirits? Burning bodies, cutting their faces off, bludgeoning them, like.
It seems perfectly natural. This golden item and this man have some sort of connection. Perhaps it's his destiny to be disfigured by this golden rod.
That is one view of it. I say we just...
When the universe and the higher powers place such an advantageous, serendipitous tool in your hands, it's almost blasphemous to reject it.
Miss Mentirosa, I'm sorry,
but we use this Peruvian artifact to dismember somebody, to
disfigure, I think she means.
Disfigure a attacker.
Yeah.
Which has very unique signals on it. Which
Yeah.
can lead back to the museum.
Which they'll go straight back to the museum and go, hey, what are these symbols? Anyway, Miss Mentirosa, when the universe speaks to you, please don't listen to it. It's only telling you evil thoughts. Stop following through on those evil thoughts, I think.
And I'm going to be an evil bastard with this one. Could I get the roll me a sanity check there, Snoozy?
Sure.
Snoozy's like, this is Tuesday. I'm thoroughly sane. Snoozy's like, yeah.
Now, I'm going to check something because I want to be a bastard to you.
What you always want to hear from your keeper or GM.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm targeting you specifically for the horrible things you just said.
No, I love what you just
that.
said. It was just
no,
it
I
was
love
just
that. No, it's great. It's
I have done that as a GM and keeper quite frequently. I'm like, did your character just try and do this? Yes? Understand, I control what you face in this world. Do you really want to continue with this course of action? Okay.
So for me, from the Vampire the Masquerade, they had a line where your actions may result in the loss of your humanity or yours. Yeah. And I've used that in so many games for like sanity or your loss of health or your loss of life. When someone just suggests something so bad.
But I love it. Here's the thing.
He's already dead and we're trying to get rid of the body.
Okay.
You're acting like I'm saying we should...
As
you
are trying to defend yourself there, Miss the Magnificent Mentirosa, you actually remember something you read in one of your books that you have with you. The Oracles of Nostradamus.
Various languages.
If you go to your possessions, second one down.
Yeah. Reporting to be prophecies.
You actually recognize this prophecy as it's not referred to as a Karsh theory. It's just referred to a fat, drinking creature heralding an apocalypse for the area.
Ooh.
Roll me your d6.
And that's how much sanity you lose.
She's sane as heck, though. I'll give her that.
3 sanity.
Huh?
You actually roll me intelligence check as well, please.
You really are.
I mean, I'm sorry, Snoozy, but you did kind
Out of all
this.
the intelligence checks
No,
you wanted to fail,
that.
you wanted to fail
Yeah,
that.
you want to fail. Yeah, real
You
bad.
wanted to fail that bad.
You want to fail that bad. You trust
You
me
wanted
for
to
this.
fail that one.
Yes,
You trust
you
me.
want to.
Do you remember? Do you remember that Aveline and Sidney went crazy last time? That's what happens when you succeed this intelligence check.
I just wish I could remember more about the book. I have to reread it sometime soon.
Wait till it comes out on TV. It'll be a HBO special later.
Limited
You
series.
just you remember this prophecy, then you realize it was written in the 14th, 15th century. It can't be true.
That's the thing about prophecies. If they're vague enough, it's essentially cold reading, but in written form.
Yes.
Eventually something will happen that can fit into it. You know, we've all drunk things which contain fat, chicken lard.
So, as you
know.
start walking, making your way to, you get to Professor Sanchez's house, and you're just trying to justify it in your head, but this unnerves you. So, what is Sidney, Tyson, and Alejandro Garcia doing?
Dismembering a corpse.
Guys, we're on it.
Like, basically, it's just been Sidney doesn't have a full-size shovel, so she's glancing over to make sure the professor's still alive in his house. Did ask him where his wife and child were.
They actually left that day to go to visit her mother.
Quite lucky
So
for us.
Very lucky for you.
But yeah, is otherwise basically just like, because all she has is like a little archaeological spade. She doesn't carry a shovel around with her. But she's like, as soon as a piece gets cut off, she's like digging deep enough to like hide to bury the body
Now,
piece.
how are you actually are you doing like fingers, arms, wrists? Are you doing a full dismemberment or just major arms?
Oh, well,
Doesn't
right
matter. It's just me
now,
being curiously morbid now.
It's starting at the major joints. And then we'll see if we need to go from there. But right now, it's just ending up in, well, technically 6 pieces, but one of the pieces went away.
One of the pieces was also in an oven burning when it went away. So I mean,
Well, he did say there were
Sydney.
3.
Sydney, rather than
Obviously, the head
digging
didn't
holes,
leave on its own.
why don't
Yes.
you see if you can find a big metal barrel?
all right, I can probably do that.
As
Sydney-
you try to find the big metal barrel, you see, surprisingly victorious, Jack Hunt, the magnificent Mentirosa, Aveline Baker, Tatiana, and Trinidad Rizzo. Everyone's just taken pretty much a flanking position to protect Trinidad. And they walk in. Professor Sanchez runs, hugs Trinidad, said, I'm so glad you're safe. And we will take our break one here before we get into more Eldritch Horror.
Hola!
I just realized I have lard on me. I have it in my inventory. I brought lard.
Feed the
So
vampires.
if any of these vampires,
They're coming for you first. They smell it on you. They're like,
Mm.
yeah, I'll just be like, hey, I understand.
Can we
you don't
negotiate?
can we negotiate?
So
I have lard.
in this circumstance, don't
I
throw
like that.
pebbles at the enemy monsters. Throw lard.
I like this.
And if you don't know the reference, yesterday's episode will be airing tonight. But yes, we'll be back
Okay.
shortly. If we can get some 1920s speakeasy music, we'll go back to that. And
My favorite. Get a little wiggle on. Just don't stab me, guys.
just a warning for audio. When we come back from our break, we will be playing the other edition of the intro movie. If you have issues like sensory issues, audio sensory issues, about distorted audio, mute that audio. Otherwise, enjoy a really dark, horrifying version of our intro movie. So we'll be back in about 10 minutes. Stick around. See you soon. And we're back. So welcome back, everybody. Sorry about the spooky audio, but yeah, that's our spooky audio version of the intro. And there is a sensory warning, so if you need to mute it. If you want to be brave, then unmute that audio, and it is scary. So
If you really want to be scary, watch it with headphones on.
Ooh.
I do that.
Yes, but people might be watching this on YouTube.
There's
Don't
even
forget
more.
to like, comments, and subscribe, by the way.
Nice. Good plug. It's real smooth.
Hey.
Natural transition.
You'll be
Yeah,
you'll be
boy.
learning from Will.
That's right.
Yeah. So we are back at the house. Take it away.
Okay. Now, as Mentirosa excuses herself to go to the toilet and wash up, Professor Sanchez and Trinidad Rizzo walk by to Sidney, and Trinidad notices Alejandro as Alejandro is just dismembering a corpse on the
Yep.
front lawn.
It's the front lawn. I thought we were in the back lawn.
It's the front lawn.
It's the front lawn.
Oh, oops.
That's why
Oh,
I was
well.
concerned about the cops.
No, it's fine. It's front lawn. No one bothers you on the front lawn for everyone to see the front lawn.
Dude.
It's fine.
Could I actually? No, I'm gonna be an asshole. Could I get Phoenix and Eon to roll me a luck check, please?
Oh. Do we notice her come up?
Oh, you notice him walking in.
Oh!
Oh,
I had such a good chance.
you did.
I don't. I have a coin flip.
I want to. Should I let you spend? No, I'll let you spend the luck to put that to a standard.
All right.
All right, excellent. My job is to make them spend their luck now, so they don't have much for later.
And the
that being
lowest
said-
luck is the victim on random
Yes.
encounters.
And that being said, if you want to gift a subscription or donate, they get a choice of luck or sanity. Hopefully they roll sanity, because I want to see them die. No, I don't. Anyway, so
Yes, you do. Come on, you don't have to lie about that.
yeah, true, good point. I do want to see
Yeah.
you die, but then that means you have to redo the token art and all that stuff.
Which
intro,
takes you all of 20 minutes for
30
token
minutes.
art.
30 minutes,
30 whole minutes. That's a long time.
because that's how long it takes me to get the photo for the people, and then it takes me about 5 minutes to do the token art.
Yeah.
Not that I'm lazy. Anyway, that being said,
Your life sounds very difficult.
I'm so used to. We were talking about this earlier before stream. I'm so used to doing churn and burn content because of my work, getting it done quickly, and getting it out. Anyway,
Back to
so
game.
with that luck roll, the doors around the area are still off, so no one's reported the gunshots or anything else in that. You're in Lima. Stuff happens all the time. It's not on your front door. It doesn't. It's not your problem.
It's a big mood.
It's also 1920s. So, are you going inside, Sydney, or are you going to help finish burying the remains of the Mendoza?
I told him to get a giant metal barrel. I want to have a bonfire in the backyard.
I mean,
No.
Don't have
a burning barrel
marshmallows.
does work. That's better than my plan of just dousing him in vodka. So,
I mean, yeah. Yeah.
Do
so
we have
basically, if
access
you guys
to
are approaching, Sydney's going to not fully, but like, probably still holding the spade that's covered in dirt. And because this was a player mistake. I'm rolling with it, but I thought for the backyard, not the front yard, and that's part of the reason I was doing all the crazy shenanigans.
Yeah.
Is I thought that we had a fence between
Oh,
us.
you have a fence. But this is the front for those, I'll move you back over this one for a sec. Where are you? You are here. So where you are right now, this is a. Let me know. Can you see where you are, Eon?
Yeah, I can.
So yeah, where that is, that's the actual door to go into their thing. So there is a fence, but it's, I would say, about waist high, like white picket fence.
Gotcha.
So people can look in from across the road. But again, with that spend of the luck that Phoenix did, you are safe for the moment.
Score. But yeah, Sidney would basically just kind of wave at the group that's there, and basically go, "It's not moving yet, so I'm gonna consider that a bonus. But do you have 2 more?" Oh, I'm sorry. You must be Rizzo, dear. The professor told us we were wanting to make sure you were safe. I'm glad to see that you look like you're all right.
Yes, one of those.
She has a magic bar.
Has
Most excellent.
decided to try to attack me, and I hit it with a bar. The golden ward, as we call it, is indexed in our catalog.
Then
I
what
was
you do
intrigued by that. What? The word ward has so many connotations to me. Why do you call it the golden ward? Ward implies some sort of protection against something.
But if you look on the actual bar, the golden inlay itself, nobody knows what it is, but we call it a ward because it looks like what the early 1500th centuries would use to ward a location from evil influence or to protect something. So again, we call it the golden ward because it was made of gold, and it's part of our Peruvian culture that illustrious Alejandro helps to protect for us. And
do you know where it was taken from? Since obviously you're familiar with the both.
This is where the
broken.
documents that we have here actually do portray to the golden ward and everything else. So when you're done dealing with a decapitated body, where's the head?
It's being cut up because it wouldn't stop moving. It got up and tried to kill us again.
So the head did, or the body did?
No, the head was put in the oven and then it ran away out to the back window.
Well,
So you put the head in the oven, then the head got out of the oven and ran back.
They pointing at Sidney.
We don't know what happened to the head. I put the head in the oven because I didn't want to start a fire in the professor's lawn, and I'm assuming that fire was good to get rid of these things.
Well, the professor said that there were 3 of them. I mean, we've seen 2 already. I mean, what if the 3rd came in, stole Mendoza's head out of the oven? I mean, we don't know.
No, we don't. And that's part of the reason that we've been keeping an eye on the professor while we've been working. Speaking of, just so that we can make sure, have those bodies that you've been carrying been moving? Because that would be a problem.
What bodies? I don't know any bodies.
We know of, first off, we know of no bodies. And
I thought you guys were carrying them. My apologies.
You carried the body to about a block away and you dumped it into a...
alley garden.
Alley dumpster.
Don't care. Someone shed.
Someone shed. Oh,
Someone's
God, what a gruesome...
toilet.
Oh, don't mind me, dear. I'm going to go trim the bushes. Oh, God!
Someone's outdoor lavatory.
And Garcia saw me track.
Oh, if it wasn't a dunny, their pants will be pulled down just to make it look like they're sitting on the dolly.
There you go. Love that. Love
Lima. My apologies. I thought you guys were still carrying the bodies. That's where that comment came from. Otherwise, did any of you happen to see some like metal bins or open dumpsters or anything like that on your way by?
I mean, I wasn't particularly looking
for the
for
sake of expediency, you look around the back of the house and you find Professor Sanchez's garbage bins, which are metal. And you proceed to put the dismembered corpse of your boss's bodyguard into the corpse and you set it on fire.
Wait. Before we set it on fire. Wait.
Yep. No, it's like we're just loading up the pieces right now.
Yeah, while you're putting in the pieces in, do you mind if I examine the trunk real quick? I want to do like a little pat down of his I want to do a little belly touch. I want to see if there's anything going on in the gutular region of this dude.
Roll me a luck check.
Give him a reflex check for his.
Yeah, just see if it's like if it's spontaneous.
If it's just the leg and you hit the knee,
hard luck.
I think when you hit the knee on the leg, it's not going to move when there's nothing else attached to the leg.
Right. Assume without a head it wouldn't move.
Squeeze the stomach. Another lava pops out. However, it's not moving.
Someone hand me a jar, please.
I still have the mason jar with the already dead one.
No, I thought you left that with on the table.
Put it in her.
You put you put it in your bag.
Sidney pulls out.
Get...
Then he pulls out a little glass jar.
We can fit 2 of them in here, right?
Yeah. I'll like be like, can I have some like tongs or something? I'm not touching this.
I'll just.
He hands you a glove.
Have they been eating witchy grubs or something?
I mean, these are my good gloves, and I'll just like put on the gloves, and I'll put it in, and then I'll put the glove that touched the thing into the fire can, and I go, okay, we're ready now.
All right. And Sidney's just gonna pick up the barrel that has the body and make sure she's going into the backyard before she starts burning it.
Yeah, that smells not good.
Oh,
did anyone? None of us knew Mendoza, correct? Does anyone want to say a few words before we burn his
bodyguard?
Sidney spits on it.
Yeah.
Professor Sanchez and Trinidad Rises says, I did know of the Mendoza, and we did know that he was referred to as a Carcieri. I was not expecting it to be actually an actual Carcieri, and this is disconcerting to say the least.
I have no doubt it was.
To the winds we bequeath, to the fire we set thee, to the winds we bequeath thee, to hell we banish thee.
So choose which one you want to go to and then just go bye-bye.
Well, all Sidney does, she looks at the body and goes, well, don't worry, if there's more like you, we'll be and they come after us, you'll have lots of company wherever you're going. Burns the body.
Wherever you are going, I hope you have all the Lord you need there. And Godspeed.
Out of context, do you drop a couple pieces of lard in there to help the fire set?
Sidney's gonna look at you and like, why are you giving him a nice statement at a burial after he just tried to kill?
Everyone deserves a proper send-off to the spirit realm. Regardless,
just a regular
if they tried to suck our
Tatiana speaks up here. Yes, spirit realm, vodka, whiskey, bourbon.
So
many of the different realms.
Other, not the top shelf, the other one. I think the Miss Mentirosa means that she wants to make sure that they have a nice relationship after life, because otherwise they're just going to haunt her and use
so
her.
we're sending to the tequila, gin, rum, brandy?
No.
Bombay? No, I'm just kidding.
Rum.
Our lives much easier. Now that we've dealt with this, and hopefully
And
we're not going to have...
at the sound of rum, you just hear Jackson Elias is in the kitchen with the alcohol pouring just... so I heard some vodka, Oh, sorry. I heard some vodka, whiskey.
It wasn't an order.
Who did want gin?
It wasn't an order.
After all this stuff, I think we all need a drink and sit down and relax.
I'll take a gin.
I'll take a Molotov cocktail, please.
You're providing the stuff. You're providing the stuff, and just work.
All right, so I'll make you a flaming Elias.
There you go.
That's a bit too soon.
Jack, just as a note, Sidney basically goes, "Oh right, my end of the bar," and hands you a bottle of vodka.
On a flaming Elias, for the U.S. folks, Happy Pride Month.
Segue.
Actually,
Didn't see that one coming.
that being said, Jackson Elias in the Harlem Nights is that. Yeah. So yes,
That's cool.
very cool. That being said, read Harlem Nights. So, what's the name of the book? Is Harlem? I can't remember. I know this is Harlem Express. Either way, so you all sit around the table, and Sanchez picks up the quick summary that Trinidad has been working on. Has a quick read of it, and then says, "Well, if it wasn't for the actions of tonight, I would assume that this is all just a story. But as we all know, legends and folklores have a grain of truth to them. And as you look out to the back of the kitchen window, you see the giant a fire coming up from the garbage bin. It's like
With lots of black smoke and
lots of black smoke. It's like you're burning fire, burning fat. It starts to have that rancid, acrid smell in the air.
Sidney purposely makes sure that like the back window is closed.
You can still
Wait, no, the
smell it.
kitchen window is already shattered. So
Yes. You can still smell it. It's been shattered. Do you just close the door once you start smelling the smell?
I want to still be able to see it, unfortunately. So
Okay.
look, we already had the head stolen. I want this thing dead. It got up with its head cut off. Sidney is taking no chances.
I'll be
My
sitting on the
hairnet
back stoop.
over my hair to
like-
make sure my hair doesn't smell like burning fat later.
Or if
I'll be
Alejandro,
sitting on the back stoop, watching the bin, and close enough I can talk to people. But I'm going to be eyes on the bin.
Sidney is like not quite doing that, but she's doing something kind of similar where she's like making sure that she is sitting where she can see most of the conversation and the broken back window. I am very sorry that your back window got broken.
Yeah.
Best
so that's gonna
Sanchez.
take a list. Oh, and Jackson last pipes up says, "Found some marshmallows."
I don't know. I don't
And
know what else
passes the
that thing has eaten.
bag. Passes the bag to Alejandro. You might want these.
I don't think that should be the
Alejandro, I would
mood
be
that we're.
careful. I don't know if there's anything
It's the
toxic
way
in
that
smoke. We can do a
it's-
fire afterward.
Yeah, it's a lot to take in as Mr. Elias sits down at the table and actually has a quick read through the document, which I'll now make available to you all. And if someone wants to actually read it, otherwise I'll do it. I'll read it because it is a rather big-ish document. So,
Which?
I'm just trying to find it now for me.
And as a bit of a segue about the Pride Month, it's also Reconciliation Week in Australia. This show is actually produced and coming to you from Gengudri people from the Gengudri country out on the western outskirts of Sydney.
And for information, it was Harlem Unbound.
Cool. I can read this if nobody else wants to.
I would love to read this.
Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
I would love not
Yeah.
to. Go.
Spanish, written by Gaspar Figueroa, 1543 on vellum. Figueroa, a Spaniard who had traveled to Peru with Francisco Pizarro. According to the text, Figueroa set out to seek his own fortune following Pizarro's assassination in 1541. He was accompanied by Hernando Ruiz, Diego Garrido, Luis de Mendoza, and Pedro de Velasco, fellow conquistadors who had served with Pizarro. They traveled into the southern highlands of the Andes looking for treasure, hoping to make their fortunes before heading back to Spain and retiring in luxury. Hearing rumors of an ancient temple filled with gold, the men set off into the mountains southwest of Lake Titicaca. There, they found a pyramid surrounded by a maze-like structure of underground tunnels. The walls of the tunnels were inlaid with intricate gold carvings. The men pried out a large section of the gold, exhausting themselves in the attempt. That night, as they rested, an evil sickness befell Figueroa's companions. In the morning light, they looked gaunt and deathlike. Complaining of agonizing hunger, they pursued Figueroa. De Mendoza caught up with him and started to devour him like a human leech. Figueroa shot his friend in the head and fled, pausing only to snatch up as much of the gold as he could carry. Figueroa eventually arrived back in Lima, hoping to get passage home, but he was too weakened by his ordeal. Figueroa describes himself as wasted, little more than a walking corpse. I read Final Confessions as Figueroa's attempt to lift the guilt that his avarice had placed upon him. He believed that his fate and that of his companions was brought about by their desecration of a holy place, and his most fervent wish was that he could undo the damage he had inflicted. He describes how he can still hear his friends' voices, crying out with inhuman hunger, and how in the dark of the night he can hear another voice, ancient and seductive, promising him eternal life if he returns to the temple. The voice told Figueroa how to contact it, but it seems Figueroa was too afraid to ever attempt this. A postscript, written by the priest who performed the last rites, states that Figueroa died a day after completing his final confessions. His last words were an entreaty to whatever gods were listening to forgive him his blasphemies.
What chance do we happen to think that the Luis de Mendoza mentioned here is the same Luis de Mendoza we are burning in the backyard?
Yeah, but that was
very suspicious.
That was hundreds of years ago. I would say just a coincidence.
Maybe one of his descendants.
Perhaps a hereditary disorder.
I will point out that the
It's more
that
likely
the,
that it's a family affliction rather than a mere coincidence.
a similar condition that allows one to walk around without a head.
Right, there are very few medical conditions I know of that would be capable to render someone able to. You just see Aveline just start drinking heavily from her gin.
I believe this might be the original de Mendoza. I think that's unfortunately what we're dealing with here.
It could be a descendant. This could be a cult.
Well, and I look over to Miss Trinidad. Are you, by any chance, connected to the Ruiz mentioned in this? Oh, no, you're Rizzo, so thank God. We're about to have to treat this like the Spanish Inquisition. Just keeps drinking.
Oh.
But nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
No one does.
Yeah. Back where I'm from, half the town was called Jack, the other half was called Bruce. So it just same name, that's all it is.
Of course. It turned into a lamprey head and eats fat, but the idea that it might have existed for 400 years, no, that's out of the ordinary.
Exactly. Thank you for confirming that.
He had 4 companions, all of whom describe agonizing hunger. Only de Mendoza is described as catching up with him and attempting to attack him, being shot. I'm curious what happened to the other 3.
Well, you said you found 2 attacking Miss Rizzo.
Well, no, we found
2
one
people
attacking
Miss, or one attacking Miss Rizzo. My apologies.
One attacking Miss Rizzo, but the professor said that he saw 3 people.
Again, it just doesn't have anything to do with this note.
Very
Close
unsimple.
enough.
I'm
I
going to
mean,
use it.
Clearly
How
it
does that,
references the Golden Ward. We can all agree on that.
Is
Yes.
it?
Well,
I would assume that the bit of gold that he took was from the same temple.
Mr. Elias refers to the Golden Wars. Like, reading this, hearing you love read this document and deciding they're connected. Is it that when this was removed, these were created?
That is a possibility. Did they react at all to it?
Have you got any glue? You can put it back.
I mean, they
No.
were when it touched the flesh of one of them, it burnt him.
Well, that could be part of the connection.
And
Though I
someone...
do have a small worry, is that assuming that these are not the same creature, like the same 4 original people, everyone that we've fought has had that worm thing, correct?
Witchetty grub, yeah.
Yeah. They tried to put a worm down the professor's throat. So even if we assume that there were only 4 to start with, if this has been for several hundred years, how many are there now?
6?
Well,
'Cause
at least 2, and I'll point out that we have a second one now.
We don't know for certain that if they regurgitate whatever it is they have, the parasite living in their bowels, that they can regenerate another one to infect multiple people. Perhaps it's merely a transfer of the parasite.
So you're saying
In
they're
which
not making
case-
babies, which is a good thing.
I'm going to...
Perhaps
I
it's merely a parasite moving from body to body.
I sincerely hope it is. But
At this point, Sanchez speaks up, says, "We've been hearing disturbing rumors about Carter City and how only in the last year, normally a Carter City is known as a deathless conquistador. Always white, always a male.
I said, blame
Like
us.
Always like our yes, well, you don't. We're not getting to that right now. As like Luis de Mendoza, but we've been hearing reports that women, children, other people of our ethnicity are also being like what Mr. Mendoza was, gaunt, frail, hungry.
Do you think it's because they've been fed upon, or do you think it's because they are feeding?
Famine?
Because they might be spreading.
One of the most common symptoms of having a tapeworm or some other parasite within your
is growing lamprey teeth?
it is an increased hunger.
Mentirosa, I do love you, dear, but we literally just saw 2 different individuals grow teeth, and we saw a body walking around without a head that matched the myth of the Calicity. Almost spot on. And if there's been increased rumors about these things, we could assume tapeworms. And then we could die whenever we next encounter one of these things because, oh, that's okay, we'll just give them an anti-parasite pill. Or we could maybe take the rumors seriously and not die.
We've
That's
also
what we
been
do in our line of
drinking.
work.
We've been drinking a lot as well.
At that
And
note,
I had drunk
Tatiana
nothing.
speaks. I think I'm on to my
I've had
third bottle of
merely
vodka.
a single whiskey the same as a child might have.
But did
To
they
go to
put
bed.
anything in that whiskey? I don't know. They
Yeah,
could have mixed
whiskey.
something in there.
That is most possible, except I've not been drinking tonight, sir.
As far as you know, you haven't been drinking.
What?
Mm.
Some mind games. So next
Yeah.
level. Well, I mean,
This
there-
conversation is good. Sorry, go ahead.
well, the next question would be had is if we were able to extract one from the professor before, hopefully, it had time to germinate. I don't know, but I mean, if there is such a rampant case of basically parasites around, and so far not a cure have I heard of, other than, I mean, we made you vomit one up, but I don't, and we had massaged one out of a body. I don't know if there's a cure to what other people might be dealing with.
Burning them
The
in
golden
backyard
baseball.
works.
Again. Phoenix?
What was that?
Burning them in the backyard works.
Yes, but I try to save my patients, not immolate them.
Euthanize them?
Yeah.
At that conversation, you just hear these fat sputters, and the finger just flies out of the trash can. Doesn't
Little
move.
finger?
It just pops out and just stays there.
I'm going to go put it back in.
The nurse just downs the rest of the gin. Just done with that.
Hitting them with the golden baseball bat, that seems to do it.
Well, it didn't exactly. It might have injured them, but did it seem to undo the curse or affliction or parasite they are affected by?
Well, let's
Or
just
did it
say
just injure
that
them?
Miss Mentirosa wanted to rub the baseball bat over the face to dismember it. It sizzled and burned it.
Now, forgive
Have
me,
we done
but
that yet? Because we
No,
were-
we're not doing that, Miss Mentirosa.
Jack, just
Stop
out of
listening to
curiosity,
the
what
dark
do you do for a
spirits.
living?
What do I do for stuff?
not listening to any dark
Does that stuff
spirit.
involve getting rid of
I'm
bodies?
being practical.
I'm not saying.
I'm going to assume not, because this is fairly standard practice for those of us who've had to dispose of a body before.
What do you do?
I'm an archaeologist. People have tried to shoot me.
And so what? You're an archaeologist. You dig up things, and you have the experience with disposing of dead bodies.
Well, I mean, you do remember that mummies are usually dead. At least we hope they are.
Yes, you sell them firewood. But
That is something that can be done. Occasionally, you're not the only one who wants to get the mummy, and sometimes asking nicely doesn't work. So when they point a gun at you, you hope that you're a better shot so you don't die. And occasionally, the authorities don't like that you defend yourself, especially as a small woman, so you just don't keep going to the authorities when men try and shoot you.
yeah,
You were all in favor of women's rights and.
that's because you wanted me to do all the work.
And now you're against women defending themselves.
Quite
and burying
contrary.
bodies.
You just see the nurse pouring another one. Just drinking.
I mean, I'm assuming if you've served in the war, sir, you've killed people. Usually it was your
war?
life or theirs. Yes, your life or theirs.
It was war. This
You're
is
carrying
not-
a small armory right now. Did you plan to use them as a fancy display, or do you just enjoy the weight?
I was going to use it as a little bit of intimidation until someone started firing tonight.
Mhm.
Looking in the corner to the ballerina. Yeah, you.
Well, to be fair, he attacked us first.
He
Sorry.
did. us, but you did shoot him before he attacked us.
And I
Not
shouldn't
sure I
have
even
saying
feel
hello.
comfortable referring to a briefly reanimated torso as he.
But either way,
Regardless, Jack, no, I do not enjoy killing people. No, I do not enjoy getting rid of bodies. But whenever it's that or some very heinous options on my life, I chose to do the first rather than go through the second.
meanwhile, we've got a body burning in the backyard.
Yes.
What are we doing? Like,
Well, we've got a body burning in the backyard. Excuse me. We've got a body burning in the backyard. We've killed our employer's bodyguard, so that's just dandy.
we haven't been
And
paid.
oh, heaven forbid about the amount of non-payment we're about to receive. And then the potential of fat vampires preying upon the innocent. What to do?
I mean,
Are we still
it seems
employed?
rather obvious what we do. I'd assume we're still employed. Are you planning to go and tell our employer that you killed his bodyguard?
God,
No.
no.
Are you planning on telling
Okay.
that you dismembered it and started burning it?
I would tell
No, I did
him
not
his
plan to say
bodyguard was clearly dangerous to him.
Well, we don't know that, though. We don't
We've
know if
done
maybe
a great
Larkin's one of
service
those
for him.
creatures.
I
All
know
I
you're
would say is
causing.
that
Oh,
I wonder, dear sir,
I'm not accusing our boss. Sorry.
Professor, do you happen to know any of the
What if we poke him with the golden rod?
the rumors surrounding those that are fed off of the Calisir? What does that look like? Like, what happens to them?
Know how our friend Mr. Hunt described how what a mummy looks like? Imagine that, but fresher. That it'll be a desiccated corpse. Like a
That would-
mummy, but no liquids, nothing inside of it.
So he wouldn't still be
would.
alive.
Typically speaking, no.
No,
sounds of
I...
it.
I
That
wonder.
being said, though, interestingly that you say that, is that we have just recently had a very bad influenza outbreak around here. Don't worry,
yeah.
we've all got our shots, we're all staying.
Oh, don't worry, I've got my
Mask up.
shots. I've been told about them. I'm just drinking again.
So,
Got
that
my
being said, a lot of deaths were attributed to influenza, but if you looked at the body, it would not be influenza. It was, looks to the nose, looks at the golden ward, like a victim of a catastrophe attack. You might want to visit the hospital around here. They might have one. Because it's in their infectious area. Because
Recent
They treated
was
it
this
as
recent epidemic.
recent epidemic, but it's just they're treating it like something new, like they don't know what it is. But in all the official documentation, they're treating it as a influenza epidemic variant.
Oh,
Saying
dear.
it came from England.
Well, I heard it came from Spain, but
Actually, I thought it was Kenya.
really, I just
heard
keep on
that-
hearing Spanish flu.
I heard that came from pigs, but that's
That doesn't work. How could a pig have a cold and we catch it? Anyway,
It'd be just like a bat
Science.
doing it.
I mean, you could kiss the pig, but that's not very nice.
oh, that's just an insult. Go kiss a pig.
Well, back in the country, like they did pig wrestling. But that's yeah.
Yeah, if you're wrestling the pig, you don't think your main problem is going to be kissing the pig.
Well, it
I-
depends
I
on how
certainly
intimate
hope
the
not.
wrestling is.
And on that note,
You can just see Sanchez's, Tatiana's, and Rizzo's eyebrow all raised in unison.
I'm
don't
just so
want-
used to it and just drinking.
Sydney is now looking like she's regretting being sober.
That's why I'm looking at you like it's a regret you'll have to live with. Drinks.
But regardless, I am personally of the opinion that if Mr. Larkin comes to us and says that Mendoza hasn't shown up, I mean, that's not something we've done.
But we have
We have
done.
I
nothing to
think
do
we
with
should
it.
go to
Don't ask, don't tell.
Larkin, very casually poke him with the golden stick.
Beating up and down with it.
Yeah, and
Slapping
then
silly.
once we know if it affects him, we can update him accordingly.
I mean, all right.
And if he does get affected, do we still get paid?
I just
At this point, Jackson Line perks up says, "Well, if the pyramid has got a golden inlay, and these Karasiri have been around for 350 years, they might actually have more there. Again,
More
referring
gold?
to more gold,
most likely.
but also looking at the two artifacts that were shown to us earlier. They're from different time periods
Yes.
within this area of the 350-year period. So
They probably
it's been-
have lots of treasure in there.
They have lots of treasure.
Well, and the other thing I will point out is that let us suppose Larkin is bad. He's the only one who knows the location of the temple.
Again, at that point, Jackson says he might not be the only one knowing the location.
You know where it is?
I know someone who might know.
Oh, he knows a man that knows a man.
It's
Oh.
actually it's actually
Yeah,
a
I knew a
lovely
man
medicine
did
woman.
that.
It's actually a lovely medicine woman in Punyo, I think, who I was speaking to earlier about the Katasiri and how she was right about it. Over near the entry of part of Lake Titicaca. So, would it...
Sorry. It's funny.
Yes, I said Titi.
Be quiet, Jack Hunt.
With a name like that, I'm surprised I haven't had more illustrious colloquialisms.
You got a problem with my name?
No.
Good.
Are you a junior? Is your father also a Jack Hunt?
It's a junior.
No.
Don't worry about it,
You
dear.
correct that wrong. I think it's a senior.
I was just curious if it was a family name.
You Americans are weird.
You come from a long line of hunts?
Yeah. A family name.
Good. Exactly. It's a wonderful name.
But rather, it's, some of the conversation seems to be veering a bit away. Are you suggesting something for Mr. Elias about your thoughts on what we should do with Mr. Larkin?
Well, from the actions of tonight, we have found out that the cult in residence, as it were, the Katasiri, are not only a cult, but an undead vampire from Spain who desecrated an ancient pyramid and potentially could have released a horror, an ungodly horror known to potentially want to destroy the world.
Spanish fat vampires, your words.
Yeah, it's just it sounds right.
Not about destroying the
It's
world. It's a bit of an
Or at the
embellishment.
very least, someone with an interesting strain of influenza, who makes which makes them quite indestructible.
Difficult.
Difficult to kill. And at this moment, you hear another couple of fat spurts coming from the trash can as an arm just pops out.
I'm getting somewhat worried about that. Should we put a lid on it? You know, live with some holes.
Well, with that, Alejandro has been drifting away from the conversation. And anyone who looks over at the arm now on the ground, Alejandro has taken off his top and is starting to dance around the fire. And has pulled out a large black obsidian knife.
Okay.
I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. I'm just
I'm not even touching that with my
touching that
shotgun,
with
but
10-foot obsidian knife.
But I do believe that
Alejandro then drags it across his chest.
Oh,
Not deep, just enough to get blood welling.
God, not again! Another one!
that way, the police, if they do come, they can say, "Oh, look, he cut us." Good idea.
Look him!
Don't know about the knife though. Like, use a real blade, not stone. That's just weird.
Mr. Garcia, I don't treat self-inflicted wounds. If you plan on butchering yourself with a knife, do that on your own time.
And if you do, use a scalpel, maybe.
It's unhygienic. Just put a little vodka on it afterwards, you'll be fine. And then you just see her sit back down, just with the gin.
Alejandro does not respond. He just keeps dancing.
Sidney is basically just going to look at this, go, all right, well, sorry, Mr. Elias.
Sanchez's voice speaks up right now. Ah, he's doing that again, is he? Oh, he's just... What's the best way to describe it?
Bloodletting.
Well, purification.
That, and he is of the land and a little bit superstitious, but he is a friend of ours.
Mm-hmm.
We help him and he helps us to recover artifacts as they're taken away from Peru. And he has a gift, as it were. Not touched in the head, but he knows things which he shouldn't.
I've been told I've been touched. More the fact
no
that
doubt you have.
it's less touched, more knocked around the head. People say.
So, let him be. He'll explain himself when he's ready.
Sounds good.
But that being said, Trinidad picks up. Says, "If you're going to the if you're going to the pyramid, take this. Try to repair what was destroyed. It might stop the
baseball bat.
city."
Guys, we just leveled up. We got 1 golden ward.
Yeah,
Sidney is going to stick it into her.
No, it's a bit heavy. I think I should carry it.
I understand, dear,
it.
but I understand, dear, but you've already complained about the women making you do all the work. I'm quite happy to carry this load for you.
I suggest an arm wrestling competition.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
I see you see the nerds start clearing the table.
Sidney just basically raises an eyebrow and just looks away and looks back to like completely ignoring that suggestion. Goes,
I'm so good at this.
So my question though is still, Mr. Elias, what are you thinking we should do about Mr. Larkin? You've known him for longer.
Well, we have about 2 days before our travel gets here with Larkin. So either we go talk to Larkin, ask him what he knows, and then we vamasse, as you would say, or we go with Larkin and try to keep him in the dark about De Mendoza's disappearance. Say that De Mendoza has gone on ahead to scout the path, as it were.
Oh, I like
He's
that.
certainly gone on ahead.
What if his head turns up though?
Well, that could be problematic, but I don't think it's going to get around very well for the rest of the body.
It jumped out the oven and out the back window.
We don't know if it did or if somebody else carried it.
Someone took it out.
I think it was the dog.
The nurse is just like, who's gonna get him?
Maybe a loose dog. I didn't even think of that. That's probably how it happened.
I warn you,
Alright.
if she loses, she'll stab you.
I will not.
Watch
that was
the
only
other
once.
arm. Watch
I was
the
only
other
once,
arm.
Jack. You were cheating.
It was a...
Come now. Test your
No.
strength.
Completely good without tear.
Oh.
So, Mr. Elias, I do believe that tomorrow we'll have to be looking for somewhere in the city that might sell gold repair tools. Do you have any idea of like anyone that might do that? I have some experience in the area in that field, but
Blue?
I'd like something a little bit stronger than glue. I'm thinking something like welding.
There is a general store around the area that might have what we need, but
All right. Is there any metalworking jewelers in the area too that you could point us at? They might have something as well,
Any
or at least
farriers?
be able to tell us where they get some. Farriers would be an excellent one. Yes, they might have something as well.
Oh.
Their tools
Gold
usually
has
better
an
from metal.
extremely low melting point.
Yes, it
you
does.
wouldn't need anything super heavy industrial to.
No, I just want to make sure I've got the proper kind of. I'm only dabbled, unfortunately, but I would still like the proper tools that I can somewhat discreetly take with us to the pyramid in case Mr. Larkin's not on the level.
I would assume that you can get a small handheld torch, as in a little burner,
Yes, that should work.
like I'm going to use a definition, propane torch. I would assume that you can find one of those relatively cheap
All right.
on the next day. So, has anyone else got anything they would like to speak to Trinidad or Sanchez about, or shall we?
I've got one last question for you, Professor, and it's a bit more of a secret question. And let me lean over and ask you. Do you know if Mr. Larkin does drugs? Does he have a history of drug use? It felt rude to ask, but I worry for him.
I'm assuming you're actually saying it that long.
Oh,
correct?
100%. Yes.
It's like
Am
the
drunk.
stage whisper that can be heard 3
Yeah.
suburbs down.
100%. Excuse me. Oh, sorry. That's not that's my indoor voice. Let me try again. Excuse me, sir.
So Sidney's just going to basically blink at that and then file
Well,
that away for the
That
future.
being said, at this time, opiate use was well accepted.
Yes.
That's why
So-
it's more of a. Does he have does he frequent the dens?
Does he have a habit?
Yeah.
Does he overuse
No,
Overuse.
in
the
the occasional
medicinal heroin?
conversations that we do have, when I'm trying to let him into the expedition, but I don't think I want to go now, knowing what I know.
I
You could join
would
us.
see why that might be a problem.
Some strange odd reason, I prefer to send looks out the backyard is so many names to remember.
Alejandro.
Is Alejandro still dancing around the fire, or is Alejandro finished up?
If things are mostly simmered, he'll start getting dressed again and coming back in.
Oh, he's done. He might be explain what he's been doing. After all, he's a local guide of the area and does know the space. So if you are going to go into the lands around the area, he is someone who you definitely want with you. But also about Larkin, the conversations that we have had, they don't last too long. He tends to have a pallid expression with him, which gets more and more pallid as you talk to him, and he'll excuse himself and self-medicate. It's probably the best, nice way to say it.
So it is. That's all I needed to know. You know,
That is
He's a
most
conversation vampire.
an emotional vampire. Yeah.
sure.
Yes, he drinks on your fear and confusion,
Yeah.
and then goes inside and then takes a shot of opiate.
Yeah.
But that being said,
Does
look
he
in his
share?
chest. in one time that we actually spoke to him, we actually caught him snoozing outside of a hotel, and Miss Rizzo actually was able to take a photo of him because we wanted to see what we can find out about him, because it just didn't seem right. Because he's been around for the last couple of months trying to get people to go to his pyramid, and only recently he's trying to get foreigners around, because no one around here, well, apart from me and Miss Rizzo, wants to actually go. And we actually spotted that he actually has a tattoo on his chest. This was taken before he woke up, of course, because he is a very heavy sleeper. I would assume that he was sleeping off a session. And we spotted that this, we didn't see much of it, but a black figure with a spiral around it. About 2 seconds after we took this photo, he woke up, so just be very careful. He's not what he seems to be.
Good to know. Well, that,
Did I actually... that is the place. Cool.
yeah, that, well, we've learned a lot of interesting information today.
So we're not killing him yet. Because we won't get paid.
I'd assume not. Well, I wasn't assuming killing him at all, Mr. Hunt.
Well, after tonight's events, I thought that was what this group does. So you're going to keep him alive when you dismember him. Okay.
But, sir, I'm not assuming that he is going to be a corpse that gets up and tries to kill me.
Good.
And I'm not going to assume that he's going to suddenly sprout out the teeth. You seem to have an odd conflict here, Mr. Hunt.
Mm-hmm. That'll do. Either way.
I'll look over to Lewis. I'll be like, have you seen... You're a man of the occultish nature. Have you seen this kind of symbol before?
Sorry, who was that
You're asking
directed
who?
to?
Yeah, so that was for, our reporter man,
Elias.
Elias, yes.
Yep. Mr. Elias picks it up and is actually going to do a roll on this one. Where are you? I'm so glad I spent the time and actually did like a big giant sheet of all the character names.
Right?
While you're doing that, can I get a rubbing or a just sketch of the symbols and whatnot on the baseball bat?
Yeah, roll. Give me a an arts and crafts.
If I don't think it's good, I'll just do a rubbing to try to get a. I'll do a
enjoyed
rubbing
the
to try
arts.
to if I can get a bonus dice.
I enjoy that arts and crafts is a skill for you.
Yeah.
There we go.
Dang! He arted that craft.
Oh,
The only skill I've passed.
Crafted the heck out of
you
that art.
you look at that. You somehow your hand starts moving by itself, like possessed by not by your skill but someone else's, and you do an almost perfect trace of it. With that skill, I would let you, if you get yourself a baseball bat or something metal, I would let you have a bonus dice to etch those symbols into something else, and
Ooh.
you'll get a bonus dice to anything preferred to those symbols
Got a bayonet.
or a bayonet. Okay, just make a note of that, please.
Work, work, work.
Yes, I know, make your work. Okay, now on this thing. I need
If
to
you
actually-
put it on a gun's barrel, does it count for any bullets shot
You
out
know, I
of
like
got
I like
really
the way you
small for each
think.
bullet.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I use solid slugs for my shotgun, not pellets. That'd be insane.
Yeah, that craziness.
Yeah.
Mr. Elias looks at the symbol, turns it upside down, and refers to it as... Sorry. I wasn't actually expecting to pass that one. So I'm just trying to find the actual part in the book where it would be.
That's why you always ask your cult expert about your weird symbols.
I know,
You know
I
what I'm
wasn't
saying?
expecting that. So, well, I'm just trying to find this. All right. I don't know what deity this relates to. It's... See the way the head is, the body is here, and then the symbol. In ancient Kenyan mythology, this can be marked as a symbol of possession. Letting someone else speak through a person. But again, it's a cult, so it's half the time it's not real. But if this means what I think it means, you might want to be very careful later on.
Noted.
Kenya's on a different continent.
Well, it's the same continent as the pyramids.
Accurate.
Different from
If
us.
I would think, actually, was that a harder extreme success for him?
Just a regular.
Direct success. Knowing that it's from Kenya is all that Mr. Ross would know. And that is... It is a form of possession. However, you were all in the room with him at the Bar Corando. Could I get you all to roll a... I was gonna say recall knowledge, but in this case, I'll get you to roll a intelligence check, please, knowing what you know now.
Hey guys, we smart.
Oh, you're smart. You're smart. Oh.
We got a smart. Oh, damn!
Oh.
Rosa has an
Okay.
excellent memory.
Rosa.
Damn, girl.
Everyone else would remember this slight tickling smell in the back of their nose. And how it was covered up by his cologne. You, however, recognize it as a form of formaldehyde. And it comes direct from Larkin, not by De Mendoza.
So he mixes in his opium with formaldehyde. Oh, that's some powerful stuff.
That's an interesting addiction.
It's a deadly addiction.
In more ways than one.
I'm surprised he's not dead if that's what he's smoking. Well, imbibing, I suppose.
Also, what's his tattoo?
If you look at that photo,
It's
but
like
pretty
a-
much
Like a dude that looks like, but then it spirals
Yeah.
around him.
resembling a large ragged spiral that covers Larkin's chest, radiating out from the center of his sternum. The spiral ends above his diaphragm where it connects to a stylized, misshapen humanoid figure with large, outstretched hands that appear to end in claws.
Let's try a sketch on that one.
Yep, roll me an art, please.
Yeah.
You arted
It's-
too
it's-
hard earlier.
It's perfect until you get to the head, which is a stick figure.
Yeah. Makes sense to me.
Okay.
I'm starting to get the sense that it's going to be more difficult than we thought to get paid by this man.
Just keep receipts. And then, wait, no. You're talking about, okay, yeah, gotcha. See if we can get paid up
Miss-
front.
Mr. speaks up. He says, either way, we need to talk to Mr. Larkin. Get his story.
Hey, would you pay us? If he has an accident and dies?
Yeah.
How about
What's his
how
will
about
like? Where does
we
his
split
estate
what's
go?
in the pyramid between us all here, and then also talks to Professor Sanchez. Says, we will take only what is not Peruvian. we keep the Peruvian.
That
keep the
sounds
Peruvian
awesome
stuff.
because everything's going to be Egyptian.
We don't want
Absolutely.
to take things away that will be a detriment to Peruvian culture. But if our, for lack of a better term, meal ticket decides to turn around and tries to suck our fat, we do need to have some form of recompense. And my book is going to be very interesting. It's probably going to be written in fiction than non-fiction.
I would generally recommend that, yes. This would be
Yeah.
very hard if you
This
had
would be
not
very
seen it.
hard for people to understand without a big giant grain of salt in with this truth. So,
A bit of distance from the story.
Like the
Okay.
Frankenstein's monster thing.
so
And
Paul,
Jack, if you're only worried about getting home, my shipping company can get you back.
getting home is not a problem, Mr. Alejandro, but these expeditions can be quite expensive, and for something like this, as I know that you're here to protect Peruvian culture. So if we find something that is not a Peruvian culture, can we please take it to the right places who might spend the money, the coin, to help fund the rest of this trip and maybe for more trips to come? Because I think this is something that we really need to be concerned about.
But what if someone needs firewood? Or locomotive fuel?
They can burn wood.
That would normally be what you would do with trees and such, yes.
But mummies
We
are
have trees
cheaper.
and coal.
Trees are a renewable resource.
Trees grow back, dear. You can plant a new one.
You can find them everywhere.
But the trains go a lot faster with the mummies. That's how the British do it.
There's a very finite supply of mummies, and that's a very wasteful way of doing it. The British are not known for their efficiency.
I know
Too
they conquered most of the globe.
You hear from corner. Too true. Just drinks.
At this point is
You're getting drunk pretty efficiently.
Is Aveline Baker drunk?
Oh, sloshed.
Roll me a con check, please.
On it.
Zozo.
Dang, I'm not sloshed enough. I conned
Ooh.
too good.
She's usually teetotaler. This might be a bender to remember.
Or not remember.
Okay.
Well, we remember. She won't.
Well, at this point, Mr.
Don't arm
Elias,
wrestle.
do you want to arm wrestle?
Just warning everybody.
At this point, Mr. Elias stands up, nods to Mr. Sanchez, and says, "I'm sorry for the excitement of tonight, but I hesitate to think what would have happened if we weren't here." So,
Oh, you'd be dead. Or one of these.
at this point, does Mentirosa holds up the jar? And shakes it of the things.
These might have been in you.
One of them moves.
Well, one thing, were they both in the same jar, or were they one of them in a separate jar? Because
Same jar.
Sydney did offer a second jar.
And I put him in the same jar.
Yeah, we put them in the same jar for sure.
Why waste a jar?
As you look at them, they start to twirl around.
Both? One of them was dead. We thought we'll rephrase.
Was dead?
No!
Are they mating?
Oh, they fucking. Sorry.
No, they just twirl around.
Just twirling.
How's that fire going? I think we might need to add a little thing to it.
Yeah.
They cooked originally gloves are much better than live.
I wanted to dissect them, but
yeah, it's like, but shouldn't we study them? I mean, this could possibly. I'm
It
not.
just cut back from death, and you saw what it did to the bodies. You want to keep it alive, study it, poke it a few times, maybe feed it a few people.
Snoozy, could I get you to roll me a luck check, please?
It might be able to. We might be able to engineer how they take over people and how to undo their hold on others.
As you look at the maggots going around, just give it a second, see if it's all fixed. Is it all good? No, Phoenix dropped out. There we go. Oh, there, Phoenix is back.
They're swirling.
If you look at
Their
it, they're actually,
swirling feels like hypnotic. I'm not. I'm certainly not gonna look at it.
They're trying to open the jar lid, but you screwed on too you screwed it on
closed
too
it
tight.
So tight.
If they're sentient enough to try and be opening jar lids, maybe we should just kill them.
Yeah.
Oven or bonfire?
I've always wanted Parasite a la King. I think. I feel like maybe it might be a bit more of a controlled burn. Especially if we just cook them alive in the container. Instead of it accidentally like busting up in the fires.
That might be a good plan.
So not just like over the
No,
fire.
don't open it. No.
Real quick.
No.
Undo it and then.
No.
Let's not risk that.
Okay.
Honestly, we could just put the jar in the fire.
Alejandro holds his hand
Yep.
out.
All right.
Alejandro will hold out his hand for the jar. Okay. He walks out there. He is going to throw it.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
He's going to walk out to the bonfire and he's going to throw it so that the jar breaks when he throws it in there. Because he doesn't want the jar exploding.
I was worried.
Okay,
about
can I
that.
get you to roll me a dex check, please?
Oh, yeah.
I
With
wanted it to explode
advantage.
in the oven, though. Come on now, let me have my fun.
Oh, I hope we can successfully destroy 2 tapeworms.
I take the golden baseball bat and start moving out the back just in case.
No, Ian's
It's already in Sydney's jacket. She
Okay.
would not be handing it over. She picked it up before, and that was when the argument happened. She took it for herself.
Done a dex check there, Phoenix.
Hard success. 36 over 90.
Okay.
Woo!
Took a while to get to me. But yeah, no. Yeah. You would, as you throw the maggots into the fire, it breaks on a femur, and you can swear that one of the maggots tries to jump out at you, but doesn't have enough strength, and falls in the fire, and with a sickening fatty-like pop, it explodes and is killed.
Both of them?
5 seconds later, the other one pops.
Perfect.
And Jack and Mr. Elias decides to, well, that was unexpected. Either way, I think we shall. It might be an idea to speak to Larkin either now or tomorrow morning, or go to the hotel that they were staying in and deciding what we want to do with them from there. Either way, we need to discuss what we need to do now before we sleep.
Can I suggest not burning down the hotel? I just want to put that out there.
I second it.
Again, looking at Miss Ballerina.
No, we're not staying in that hotel.
I know
in the other
we're
hotel.
not.
We can burn down this hotel and we're fine.
I know we're not staying in that one. But just out of principle, let's not burn down that hotel.
You're not fun.
I vote.
Well, I'm a lot of fun, young one, but not that one.
I vote we tackle it in the morning.
I think in the morning.
All right. Sounds
Gives
like a
us all
plan.
time to rest,
I can
Sober
recuperate.
up.
speak to Larkin before
Sober up.
anything else.
I'm
I
super
would advise
sober.
that we speak to Larkin when we're sober.
But we can decide that in the morning.
Yeah, let's do it in the morning when we're sober.
Okay, so you say your goodbyes to Sanchez and Miss Rizzo, and you slowly make your way to your hotel room that Mr. Larkin has paid for you for the next few days. If you for the sake of expediency, you all talk to the hotel owner. You get your room keys, and can I get everyone to roll me a luck roll, please?
I'm in the penthouse. Come on, luck. Don't let me down.
All right.
Penthouse. No!
Success!
All right. As you all retreat to your separate rooms, Miss Baker, looking on the bed, you see
The
the
turd.
decapitated head
God damn it.
of Mr. De Mendoza.
I scream.
And we'll leave it there for tonight.
Aw, I had a question for the hotel owner, darn it.
Oh, that's right. You can do the hotel owner question quickly.
Whenever they're checking in, Sidney just wanted to ask how booked they were, if how difficult it would be to switch rooms if there was a problem.
Oh no, we have at least another 20 rooms available on the upper floors.
That is wonderful. Thank you very much.
And as you
You're
finish
welcome.
that, you hear the ah!
Excuse me, it seems that I believe one of my friends found a spider.
Yeah, and we figured that. Yeah,
And we'll leave it there.
Oh boy.
Oh God.
this
That
is
was
going
fun.
sideways.
We're not dead. We're not
You
vampires.
just got godfathered. Ooh.
I did. They left the bed. They left. I was gonna sleep. I can't sleep in that bed now. It's filthy.
Eon,
love that you
your
godfathers.
head's only about this much. That's great.
There we go.
Is that better?
Yep.
I've been godfathered.
Oh, well, we're live. Our employer's not a nice person. His friends are not nice people, and we're going to Egypt still.
Sure.
And anything we find in the Egyptian pyramids that's not Peruvian is ours.
Yep.
Wait, I thought the pyramids
yes.
were near here.
Yeah.
I do wonder how we're going to deal with Jack not understanding that we're not going to Egypt.
But I'm loving this. I'm not even playing the idiot. Not that hard.
Go with the feeling.
Yeah.
Embrace your inner Burlock.
No, but
So
look,
many
something
comments, none coming out.
else. Burlock is actually a long-running tradition from my old role-playing group. That's where that name came from.
Yeah.
So this has been fun. We will be back next week with more weirdness. Hopefully less murders.
There's no murders. We're fine.
Less decapitations.
You just cook some calamari.
with chili grubs on the barbecue.
Chili grubs, sorry, on the barbecue. You've dropped a body in a
Somewhere.
alley.
If there was a dunny, if there was an outdoor dunny from a place, absolutely. A backyard dunny.
Without checking to
And-
see
With
if
the
he's
pants
still
down.
moving.
Oh yeah. Pose him up. Like he strained too hard, like had an aneurysm. I'm here with it.
Head got bashed in. Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. We've got to search that body. Whoops.
Yep.
Oh well. Maybe
You forgot to make sure it was
Remember
dead
where
too.
we left it.
I
Always
felt
go back.
pretty good about it being dead.
Yeah, it got hit with the golden baseball bat. So yeah, I'm good with that.
It didn't twitch and it didn't have a bug in it, so I felt good about it.
That we know of.
Yeah, no.
The head will be in
Did
another
you
person's
check
bed.
for the bug?
I did
Oh,
check
she
for
checked
the
for the
bug.
bug.
Okay,
Oh,
she
yeah.
checked for the bug. Okay.
But
I was just checking that.
that being said, the bug is not what controls the regenerative ability.
No.
No, it is
Well,
not.
Well,
No, it is
you
not.
know,
Oh
we
well.
live, we laugh,
We cry.
We
We're
laughed,
gonna
we
get killed.
cried.
Yeah, we
You're going to get
learn
the
something
newspaper in
new.
the morning. There's going to be lovely stories, and there's going to be giant screaming heads. And decapitated bodies. Well, and a head. Which, how are you going to explain that to Larkin? Because, well, you got to do something with the body. Anyway, that's going to be decided next week.
Yeah.
Maybe we can ask him some questions.
Like, do you recognize this head?
No, I mean,
Shake,
ask
shake,
the
shake.
head some questions. Like,
If
I'm
it's still
sure that
alive.
he'll be so eager to talk to us.
what
Right.
are you
The
up
problem
to?
with that is speaking requires expelling of air. So someone going to be on a
Bellows.
I have a
on a
portable air
pipe.
pump. I
Bellows.
have a portable air pump in my inventory right now.
Why do you have a portable air pump?
Thank you. I
I
was
For
thought it might be
camping.
useful.
power leaders.
It is.
Apparently, you can ask him some questions.
Actually, I can see that being useful for a shyster occult person
Yes.
to create.
That's what I
Room.
usually use it for. Yes, for
I can see it.
supernatural gusts of wind.
Mhm.
You know what's
Well
else supernatural
I-
gust of winds? Eat baked
Yeah, yeah.
beans.
Hey.
While drinking.
On that note,
Do I get XP for that?
No.
Oh, in one of my long-running games I used to play ages ago, the running joke was if you can make someone while drinking spit their drink up and laugh, you get an extra 1d6 hit points, extra 1d6 XP.
Oh,
It was evil.
Okay.
I loved it.
yeah, that's bad.
Good.
We used to stack dice on a cat. Phoenix, I'm not kidding. Phoenix, would you like to do your outro?
Good evening, everybody. I've been your dismembering, fire roasting, throw a thing on the Barbie, Alejandro Garcia tonight. If you want to find more of me, either look for me here or over on River's Blood, Year of Darkness on Ultimate. That's it.
Okay. Aeon?
hi there. I'm Eon. I've been playing Sidney, the apparently morally conflicted thief and archaeologist who has had some issues tonight with things wanting to eat her. So, and apparently having to justify killing. Who knows? But you can find me at Young Victory on Twitch, where I and stream weekly, just random little fun games.
Fantastic. We'll go to CestCaitlin.
That's me. Hello. I am your nurse this evening. I am your primary care physician. I'm also your drug dealer. My name is Aveline Baker. I'm having a bit of a time. It's been a roller coaster of an evening, much less a day, and God's helped me. I've been godfathered. There's a head in my bed, and I'm gonna have to burn the sheets. I play a lot of different games on my channel. Also, CestCaitlin, you'll find it. It's everywhere. The YouTubes, the Twitters, the Twitches, the Eldritch Horrors. They're streaming. You'll find it. Anyway, that's about it. That's all I got for you today.
Okay. Snoozy?
I think the real Eldritch horror is
The
social
friendships we had
media
along the way.
itself, and maybe TikTok. I'm Snoozy, and I was playing the extremely rational, and smart and very pragmatic, magnificent Mentirosa. And I'm pretty sure all of this can just be explained by local superstition and an extremely powerful form of influenza combined with tapeworms. Science is doing amazing things.
Especially in the 1920s.
Yes. Like we've barely begun to scratch the surface of what heroin can do.
It's
And leeches.
It's
leeches.
Cocaine.
I've been
No,
playing.
she's not in this campaign yet.
Yet.
But
In joke. Keep going.
SnoozyGames on YouTube and SnoozyGames or Super Punch Dance on Twitch. I think I'm gonna start streaming again.
Shock horror. Let us know. We'll update the credits roll.
Yep.
Yeah, because I have a bunch of like leftover followers from years ago when I streamed on Super Punch Dance, so like might as well do it on that. I'm gonna do I'm gonna give myself a tattoo or something.
Yes, again, check the TRS. We mentioned that yesterday.
Yes.
Reddit says that it's fine.
I wouldn't believe
never
everything
lied.
Reddit.
And I trust it.
They've never led me astray.
Yeah.
MLP?
Hello, I'm MrLiveProducer, your keeper for Masks of Nyarlathotep, who have been enjoyingly tormenting these characters with random luck rolls. And if you see me just roll D100s, there are reasons for that. And sometimes it's fucking with the characters.
Yeah, part of that is, by the way, I've also got GM rights to be able to see everything. So when he does a secret roll, you're also seeing a secret roll.
Yes.
As a heads up.
Yes. And you were one luck success from Rizzo being dead.
I'm pretty okay with that.
Rizzo's could have been killed tonight.
Oof.
So I am severely tempted to give you a investigate improvement stage for doing today. And you know what? Roll 1d6, now be additional sanity for you tonight.
Woo!
Since you actually did extremely well tonight in keeping everyone alive.
And they say it couldn't be done.
I thought you were going to get like an improvement, like in a training day. Oh,
God no!
Yeah,
I'm not that nice.
worth a try. Worth a try. We'll take the D6.
I always take a D6.
Oof, nice. Okay, and while we're doing that,
Sanity's up to
Karsh.
60. Woohoo! Hi, my name is Karsh Goblin. I've been playing Sergeant Jack Hunt, the dumb one, which is actually really fun to play. More fun than I usually expect, but it's really good. I was going to try to do the whole 1920 speakeasy, so can you get that set up, please? Swinging it is usually the one I do from 1920 speakeasy. And I've got to remove that. So thank you for coming in. Thank you for the subscription. Thank you for the raid, Evandale. That's amazing. And our subscription from, and I'll just bring it up. Oh my God, I cannot pronounce your name, and I know I should be able to because you've been here several times. Savat Maya, I believe. That's probably really butchering, but I'm trying. I'm sorry. But thank you for that. Yeah, it means a lot to us to have that support, to have that, to everything going on. Yeah, it's really nice to just have that little bit of extra benefit, I should say, to our failings and weirdness. And of course, thank you all our amazing cast members who, wow, this thing has gone sideways. This is not what I expected over all this time of planning and prep and whatnot. But I absolutely love it. So thank you so much. We are going to be doing a raid from the Charity Board Gamer, doing I think some D&D right now. They look like they're having lots of fun. So that's who we're going to do. We will have our credits roll. So stick around for after the credits roll. That's when we're going to do our raid. And thank you so much for everybody. Yeah. Bye for now. Bye.
Roll for Eldritch Horror.
Ah!